You know,
here. What's up?
what you laughing
I was
at?
thinking about something.
What you laughing
The
at?
mouse, bro.
I was thinking about
What about the
what's
mouse?
going on the earth, right? What's
No,
happening
no, no.
Yeah, escape your problems, Frankie.
Let's recite the thing.
Holy shit!
I can't recite anything else.
It's so hard to do that.
Ready?
Welcome to
Earth,
Earth,
Mind,
Mind,
Matter.
Matter.
He
I said, fuck it, I'm talking about movies.
He said, let's talk
Movies.
about
You were also supposed to say the movies.
Oh, I
part.
thought I was gonna talk my part only. Universe.
No,
Across
but
the
we both
universe.
say movies.
Oh shit. So what's going on, Javi? Fuck.
what's going
Went on, Frankie.
That was our live reciting of the intro.
So trash.
Yeah,
If that was anyone's first episode on this, they're probably like, "What the fuck is going on?"
They're like, what the fuck is wrong with my AirPods? Not Galaxy Buds, because Galaxy Buds work like a motherfucker. But
Because there'd never be anything wrong. with Galaxy Buds.
never, bro. The Samsung phone's trash, but the earbuds, amazing, bro. But just off the bat, what are we doing here today, Javi?
Off the bat, off the cuff,
bat-
just like that.
Off the
like,
bat, off the cuff.
Oh my god! Just from the get go,
New shoe smell.
we're just gonna fucking just dive like pussy deep in and just say about what's happened on the earth,
What's happening in our minds?
and this is why it matters.
This is Earth, Mind, and Matter. That's exactly what we're doing. So let's do it. What's happening on the earth
in our
and
minds.
why it matters. This is Earth, Mind, and Matter. I'm Frankie.
I'm Javi. Holy shit! What the fuck?
We've dived in that shit like Michael Phelps before he was
oh my
born.
god! Before he
he was
started
born.
smoking weed.
Before-
because weed is bad for you.
Weed is terrible for you.
Weed is so bad for you.
Honestly, I used to have 7 cousins, and when weed came out, I only have 6 now.
Damn. Did they OD?
No, one of them was imaginary. Yeah. And when you smoke, you realize the truth, man. so that shit. I mean, bro. I can't really spoil it, but for the movie section, it makes a lot of sense. I'll say it later, but I've seen it twice. So we're gonna talk. We have our A.M.C section at the end of each episode. Albums, movies, and comics. We cover 3 stories, news stories, and then we cover one of those every other week or every week. Actually, we go on the cycle. Long story short, I watched it sober and then I watched it high as fuck. I'm talking. I haven't got a high in so long. Appropriate movie to do it to. Crazy. I was high as fuck. Thinking about my life, who I am as a person. Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I definitely have some thoughts on our movie
Yeah,
thing.
man.
But we'll save that for.
Yeah,
for
we're not
AMC
even
section.
there yet. We're not
But
even there yet.
before the AMC section, what do we do?
What do you mean, like in general?
Yeah, what do we do on the
Oh.
show before the AMC section?
Well, first we shout out our socials because that's the most algorithmic thing we can do. And our socials are what are our socials, Javi?
Our socials are my personal one is FUCK at me
On Grindr.
on Grindr.
Grindr.
And what's another one?
What's it called? Facebook.
Yes.
On Facebook, we're Toro and Laos. If you look us up on Facebook, we're Toro and Laos. And on there, we upload, daily videos of just us talking. We just talk about politics,
we talk about cars.
and what else? Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all we talk about on Toro and Laos. So make sure you check us out on there. Way more important than Orphan.
How do you spell Laos?
Laos. I think it's in Vietnam, Laos.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope so. If I'm wrong. But no, we're on Instagram at Earth Mind Matter Pod, all lowercase.
Same thing as TikTok.
Same
Earth
thing as
Mind
TikTok.
Matter Pod.
On YouTube at Earth Mind Matter. And we will definitely be on Truth Social this week, Getter this week. And what else? What's the third one we could be on? Twitter. Twitter. We need to start tweeting. Elon Musk didn't buy it, so we didn't want to do it. But, because Javi loves Elon Musk. He loves Elon Musk.
I've said it before, but I like to run on Jeff Bezos' left.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I'm running on Elon Musk's right.
That's what
so I'm
happens,
running
bro.
right between them.
Yeah, man. That's how it goes. It's like flossing.
Yeah,
It's
I gotta get right between them. Gotta get right between them cheeks.
Right between them cheeks. Because flossing your cheeks is the best way to keep a hygienic lifestyle.
Did I tell you this on the show? Oh, who was I telling about this?
You doing some on the show, man? Aside from Toro and Laos.
I just want to sample that out. Toro and Laos. Because you do the head tilt every time you say it.
It gets me into character, man. Toro and Laos. That's how you say it. That's a new show coming 2024. We said it was already. We lied. It's coming 2024. Do not look us up on Facebook. You're probably going to contact someone's uncle from Dominican Republic and his wife, Laos from Cuba. Bad people.
But I was seeing something online.
Something?
Some chicken thing.
Some chicken thing, okay.
Achievement Hunter in Achievement Hunter Let's Play.
Okay.
They were mentioning about how this one person on TikTok had seen a video or had posted a video about how they were interviewing kids in their high school and asking these guys, specifically guys, if they
How did they do that though?
what do you mean?
Like how did they go into a high school or they just
No, they like they're high schooler themselves taking the video.
Oh, okay.
Like,
these, but they're in high school.
yeah.
Oh, I thought they were adults just asking kids in high school.
No.
Oh, what the fuck? That's already a bad like.
No, just like some girl in high school just was going up to her classmates,
Okay.
asking this question of like, do you like get between your cheeks when you're in the shower and you're cleaning yourself? Like, and that a lot of guys are like,
No,
hey, yo,
I don't do that, bro.
What?
Like that's flay.
and just shit like that and
That's
whatever.
really funny.
And so it's just kind of like, damn, that's it's kind of weird that like you guys aren't cleaning your asses just because you think it's gay.
You gotta clean your cheeks, bro. And there's a comedian called William Montgomery who is fucking hilarious. Every time I see him live, it's fucking always tears me up. But he used to always say on his show, the Brothers in Cursive, his old show, that like he wouldn't even use toilet paper. Like every time he shits, he just hops in the shower. And he would just like nobody even criticized it. They were like, "Yeah, but you shit in the shower." He's like, "No, bro. Why would you wipe your ass with paper when you can just hop into the shower, you idiots?"
That's why he's got to get a bidet.
Yeah, man. Bidets, that's the next generation. That's the next
I've never
generation.
used a bidet.
Me neither, bro. But
I really want to.
I think it's best. I think they sell bidets now, but I don't know why it's not popularized like regularly.
I think it's just because it's expensive.
I think so.
Oh,
nah,
yeah.
they're not expensive. You could buy one on Amazon for cheap as fuck.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
How
bro.
cheap? What's cheap to you?
Let me see right now. Let's see. Bidets on Amazon. Typing it in as we speak, just talking so we're not sitting in silence. All right, $25.
$25.
$25, bro.
Nah, you're lying.
I swear to God, $25. I'm not gonna, my thing's charging, but just trust me on this one. The first one, limited time deal, $25.49 used to be $29.99. The other one's at $29.99. I'm talking mad fast right now. The other one is $109.99.
$29.99. Going down to the mega station and get your top of the lottery ticket for $99.
You want to clean your asshole? Huh? You want to clean your asshole? Or are you gay?
Come on down and clean your asshole. It's not flay, it's on gay, and you're not Ray.
I don't know, man. I guess Japanese people are just open minded. You know what I mean? Because they be doing it. Sushi, bidets, and what else they do? Business. Anime too. A lot of businessmen in Japan get drunk as fuck, apparently.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, man. I mean, businessmen here to get drunk as fuck, but it's not as like you think Japanese people are so pure.
If you go to like the restaurants and bars in Midtown, you'd be surprised.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Well, no, but they get drunk, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like they get drunk here and there, but Japanese people seem more civilized, you know?
Oh, civilized.
Yeah.
I thought you said they did it more in Japan.
Oh, no. That's crazy speaking bad about my fellow Japanese people.
Hey, man,
That's
you said
crazy.
it first.
I just say shit, bro. I just
You
make
said
it
it first.
I never been to Japan.
Neither have I. Yo, Earth My Matter trip?
Oh, you fucking read my bag, bro. I was like, first business trip, Earth My Matter, put it on the card.
Slime's card.
Put it on our CFO Slime's card. and tune in for the rest of the episode, because at one point, we're going to give out a Disney Plus email and password.
Yeah.
Slime is allowing anybody that listens to Earth, Mind, and Matters, and we're really going to do this, deadass. So just be ready for the password and email of Slime. We're going to say it really fast. So you either got to slow down the audio, and once he finds out, he's going to be pissed. So deadass, new update. I'm deadass doing this.
Oh, also another update for y'all.
What's up?
I'm so sorry that we didn't upload the very following day.
Yeah, man. We took a trip to Florida. We were saving a bunch of Floridians because of the hurricane and from themselves.
Oh man, that makes me feel bad because I just saw the headline that they fucking have recorded 80 people dead now.
Yeah, man. But before we got there, it would have been 200. So thank us, bro. Fuck out of here. No, honestly, hearts out to the people in Florida. We wish we could have done more. We didn't go to Florida because that shit's a shit town right now. But it's pretty sad. That in Puerto Rico, I still have no idea how much people died there.
I don't know the number in Puerto Rico either.
It's sad either way, honestly speaking. So, I mean, it's raining here now, so I guess we're kind of, feeling what they're feeling divided by 700. I know. You saw that? I think you showed me the video. Or somebody, I think Brian did. They showed me the video of the guy who put his car in his house in Florida, and he was like, "Hurricane ain't getting my car."
No, I don't think I sent you that.
He just in the living room with his car and his TV in front of the car. But I think his living room is in the garage, so I feel like either way he's fucked. You get me? With the car. You get me? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I had a plan for a bunch of quick topics because I found a whole bunch of juicy ones and I forgot them all. So the only one I have here is this. So the LGBTQ community You know the show Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix. It's so popular now. Apparently, one of the tags for it was LGBTQ because I guess Jeffrey Dahmer was gay or something. I had no idea.
Okay.
But the LGBTQ community wanted to take that tag off because that isn't the representation they want. And so I looked at the comments because comments are always very fun and informative for people's opinions. And some of them were like, oh, cherry picking. The other ones were like, oh, why are they doing this? You know, blah, 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 blah. But what do you think? Curious.
I don't know. I just I feel like maybe it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I feel like on Netflix's part to add that tag is kind of like almost clickbaity or
True.
a little clickbaitish of just kind of like, oh yeah, like this is totally like an LGBTQ plus thing, but it's like it doesn't really have much to do with that.
Doesn't it though? I don't know. Literally, I have no idea about Jeffrey Dahmer. Like I know he's a serial killer. That's a burp. But I also know that apparently it's a big like part of his life and what made him do that. I mean, I'm gonna look it up real quick because I really don't know anything about him. But in a way, doesn't it have to do with it if it involved his murders and stuff, like sexuality and not in the putting the sexuality under the magnifying glass, but it doesn't involve that. You get me? Like cartel people. Like when you think of Pablo Escobar, where's he from?
Colombia.
So you would tag Colombia, right? Because that's who he is.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like your sexual orientation or your sexual preference isn't necessarily one-to-one to your nationality.
Okay. Why not though? Because some people will get really tight if you say that. I think so.
You know, probably some people would, but
Yeah.
I think.
Oh wait. Open the fucking door right now. Open up the fucking door right now. Well, it's over, Javi. It's over. We're gonna die.
Who's the biggest LGBTQ supporter that we know?
George Taiki. I know him personally. The biggest LGBT Jonathan Slime.
You think Slime?
100%. Yeah, he's
100%?
always advocating for trans rights, like human rights, gay people, everything. Like he even has a little LGBTQ, the little rainbow one. The only thing he's against is the new form of the LGBTQ flag, like with the triangle on the left side of it, because he just likes the rainbow by itself much better.
Triangle on the left of it?
You know how they updated the flag?
No.
What the fuck? You never so the old flag is just a rainbow.
Okay.
And the new flag has like 3 triangles from the left side out. Like one brown, one blue, one white, just to include more people in the LGBTQ thing.
No.
You never heard of it?
I haven't seen this.
Oh, that's what Jonathan didn't like because he was like, it's too much change that's drastic and we should just be compliant with one flag representing all. So yeah, shout out to you, Jonathan, for being one of LGBTQ's like, you know, really big pushers in this country because it's important. Yeah. You never seen the flag though, for real?
Nah.
Let me show you.
Oh, so you'll show me that, but you won't show me the bidet. Interesting. Sounds
Oh,
like
shit.
bullshit.
Nah, it's just like I got some juice now on my laptop.
Got some bullshit. Woo!
On my laptop.
Yeah.
And it's raining.
Oh.
Raining.
Oh.
Today
Yeah.
I went to work.
Ooh.
And it was still raining.
raining.
Raining. That's our sings portion of the show. We always sing, except on their own.
That was jamming to the soul.
That was jamming to the soul, which was explain to the people what. First of all, I looked up on Google Jeffrey Dahmer gay, and explain what jamming to the soul was to the people that are listening.
Something that we decided to maybe make up one day of just like, what if I just play my guitar, played some tunes, and then Frankie just rants and just says some shit.
Yeah,
and
man.
that's it. Just jamming to the soul.
Yeah, man. And maybe we'll include it in the future. But that was supposed to be original like portion of the show, right? With everything. I can't believe it, man. We're already up to 34 episodes?
This is 34.
That's fucking crazy.
What's
bro.
today, by the way?
Oh, today is October 2nd, 2022.
Yo, it's October. It's spoopy season.
Woo,
It's spoopy season.
Let me tell you a fucking
Hey,
scary-
Frankie.
What's up?
I gotcha,
my
bitch.
God, bro. Bro, actually, like, obviously I knew the boo was coming, but I actually scared myself. Bro. Which is, you could call me bullshit or not. Like, that's scary, bro. Fucking, that's spooky. Like, my eyes went open and shit. I'm terrified right now.
It did look pretty genuine. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, either Frankie's a really good actor or I just scared him.
Or maybe I'm both. But I was actually pretty scared. Okay, look. So after social media, this is on Blade.com with a cool ass name.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahersh. I see what you did there. Soon to be played by.
Mahershala Ali.
No, some other guy. God
What's his name?
I forget.
No, not Wesley Snipes.
I thought Wesley Snipes played Blade also.
No, yeah. So
Yeah.
no, Mahershala Ali is who's gonna play Bob.
Oh, okay. That's what I was. Whoops.
Yeah.
I mixed up my blades.
Way to go, this fucking guy. Big fan.
Big ass man. After social media backlash, Netflix has removed the LGBTQ tag from its Ryan Murphy created Jeffrey Dahmer limited series Dahmer Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Apparently, the LGBTQ community doesn't want to be associated with a serial killer. Now, this is a get a load of these. Get a load of these.
There's an episode of High Maintenance where because that show is an HBO show about a drug dealer.
Okay.
And so there's an episode where he goes to deal to this feminist couple. And they have their friends over and they're making signs and stuff, getting ready for like a rally or a protest or something. And they ask that when he gets there, they ask him to take a picture of them and stuff. And when he's like holding the phone, he's like, all right, guys. Cause like while he's there, he's just listening to all of them just like talk about like, oh, men are this and that. Men are that and this, like whatever, this and that. And so when he feels so pressured when he has to take the picture, it's so funny. Such a good show. That's
actually kind of hilarious. I was gonna say, whenever I work at the dog spot, I work at a dog cafe for people that don't know, because I can say that. Because I'm not working for the man. I'm actually working for a woman. It's a woman-owned dog cafe. And every time, because, I work in Williamsburg, so there's a lot of people that come in very like progressive or, want to be known as progressive and stuff. And woke, which is, whatever.
Yo, Frankie, how woke are you?
Yo, bro, you know how woke I am? Like 72%.
Nice.
All right. Anyway, well, actually, this has nothing to do with the couple sexuality, but it was a hot ass summer day. This is a side story. It was a hot ass summer day. It's like 98 degrees.
What's the side story?
This is the side story.
What's the side story?
Oh, what's the side story is when I shift to the left and I tell the story, and then I shift back to tell the original story.
Okay.
Yeah, physically and metaphorically.
A synonym for that would be beehole.
A beehole. Oh shit! Now I see what you're doing. And for those that don't know what the beehole is, we'll tune in. So,
God damn,
I go.
They really rumble.
Yeah, I take 2 customers, and it's really hot out. I'm talking like 98 degrees. This summer was hot as fuck. Finally getting some cool weather. Now it's raining like a motherfucker. I feel sad as shit. And they come in, and obviously they're with their dog. But they have this poor...
In a dog cafe? That's kind of unsanitary.
I know. I mean, it really is, actually. Shout out to the health department. This dog comes in, and he's wearing a plastic costume with 2 huge like rainbows on the side of him. And it's not that he could have been wearing a swastika. No, I'm just kidding. He could have been wearing anything, like a Batman suit or whatever, but... This fucking poor ass, and he's black, like the dog is black, so it just worsens everything too. And they're just kind of like parading him around in this hot ass suit on this hot ass day. We don't got AC in there, so in this hot ass cafe, we got AC for the dogs though, so chill the fuck out, people. And I just felt so bad, but I was like, yo, if I say anything, it's like a hate crime. Get that rainbow off that dog. CNN next week. More important news because they have no idea who I am.
Nah, that'd be like in BoJack when he takes those donuts from that Navy SEAL.
Oh yeah, it becomes
Neil McBeal, the Navy SEAL. And it's like it turns into this whole thing. Where it's like, BoJack, what's your problem with the Marines and the Navy SEAL?
And then he just says one wrong thing. He's like, oh, it's just what they do is just fuck up our country by going to war or some shit.
He says something along the lines of like, oh, like the army is so entitled, like they think that just because you give a jerk a gun that makes him a hero.
Oh, Joe BoJack doesn't like heroes.
and everyone's like stunned, shocked. They're like, this just in, BoJack hates the troops. It's just the dumbest thing.
I mean, it's true, man. It's fucking. I just think that people are so quick to jump on a statement without really looking into it. And I forgot what my original point. What was I talking about before that? Before the side story.
You were talking about Dahmer.
Oh, so whenever I get a group of like women that come in, and I'm like, oh, go this way, guys, because I use that for everything, right? But I'm always, whenever I say guys, I'm like, like I'm expecting, I'm like, excuse me, I don't like that you called us guys, and I'm just waiting for that day, to be honest, because when that happens, I'm gonna be like, my bad. That's it. Like I'm not gonna make it a big deal, but you don't ever want to be in that situation. You get what I mean? And it's much more possible now than it was before. I think so.
I remember when I used to work at Ben and Jerry's, and I kind of did the same thing where I would always just kind of be like, oh, hey guys, some people would come in and whatever. And something that I noticed, or I'd be like, "Oh, hey man," like just trying to be like super like conversational or whatever.
That's right, funny. Because if you just said, "Hey," conversation closed, but "Hey man, oh man, guess what day I had today."
Like, but I stopped doing that because it happened like maybe 2 or 3 times where I called a girl a man, and I was like, and they kind of like gave me a look when it happened and stuff, and I was just like, you know what, like maybe I'm just gonna say hey.
Hey now.
You're a rock star.
They're like, oh my gosh. Actually, so I wasn't gonna read this article like that, but look at this. So she continues on. She's like, there are a lot of things that as a black woman I don't want to be associated with. I can't tell you how many times I joined the collective groan of black people everywhere with some atrocious crime is on the evening news and a black-faced person appears on the screen as the alleged suspect. Do we get to call up the news, ask them not to show that the perpetrator is black, to just gloss over that part, and they actually do it? No, we don't. So the last thing I'll read is both Samuel Little and Lonnie Franklin Jr. were black male serial killers who spent decades murdering black women before being caught. As black people, we don't get to change the fact that they were black men because we're embarrassed. I'm going to read the list last part. Jeffrey Dahmer was a white gay man who murdered lots of black men. I didn't know that. Deal with it. Deal with it in the same way that the families of his victims had to be. Be mad, be offended, but don't you dare say this is not the representation we're looking for. That's very well said. What's his lady's name? What the fuck is her name? What the fuck? Where's your name, lady? It just says special to the LA Blade. What the? Oh no, Jasmine Canick. Well, I mean, that's my whole point of everything. Like, it's not mostly that it's like, oh, let's just put this tag on because, you know, he's gay and this and that. It just, you know, it is part of representation because, like, representation isn't what you pick and choose. Like, again, back to, like, the whole cartel thing. A lot of people, they go to Mexico and they see the news and they see cartel and they're like Mexicans, right? But, like, there's a lot of different cartels in the world and stuff like that. You know, it's good to be specific. And it's just him being gay doesn't damage the LGBTQ plus whatever community's image. It just goes to show that like anybody can be anything, you know, like you're born that way. That's why I say being your sexual identity is your, you know, also the same as if you're black, Mexican, or tall, short, because like they say, like you're born this way, right? So you should be able to be collective in that in all sorts and ways. So like she kind of took the words out of my mouth, but reality, I took the words out of her mouth.
In reality, you read an opinion and agreed with it.
Well, I mean, it's something that I saw in the comments too, and I think it's, again, the LGBTQ community does this very much, and Netflix did take off the tag because of Dave Chappelle's thing with the whole trans joke and stuff that people got butthurt about. Even though when a gay person gets butthurt about something, isn't it kind of funny?
Isn't that kind of was that a pun?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah. It was. I just didn't really say it well, but you know. If a gay man's like that butt hurt, I'm like, okay, all right, you kinky motherfucker. No, but
I mean, I guess also at the same time, like when I think about it, it's like it's not like you can in saying that example of black serial killers or something like that, or a black killer. It's not like you would put the tag Black Lives Matter on that, would you? That's
completely different though, because
is it different?
Yeah, because Black Lives Matter is a rights group, like they're fighting for rights. LGBTQ isn't that. Like if it was like, you know, like gays for the world, or like, you know, lesbians for Lebanon or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say? Like that's a activist group. LGBTQ is the actual community. It's like Asians. Like when you see the Mongolians or Asians, you know what I mean? When you see the mafia, what do we think of?
And you know what?
Think of Italians, you get me? So, and by the way, this is Blade is Southern California's LGBTQ news source. So this is like a pro LGBTQ, or maybe just reporting on LGBTQ news source.
You know what? I think it's just kind of like what you said. Like,
what's up?
Maybe just it is like what they say, this is how you're born and whatever. And maybe I'm just kind of not really realizing that. I'm just kind of like,
maybe you're ignorant.
Maybe I'm being a little ignorant. Maybe right now I ain't as woke as I thought I was.
Honestly, man,
I thought I was a 72% like you, but maybe I'm a 69. Nice, but not nice enough. Just not nice enough.
Napoleon Diamond. Yes. I can't wait till we cover that movie, man. That movie's a fucking good ass time. And again, that was quick topics. I just want, maybe I'll put that in the show every now and then. I wish I had like 4 more. I had so much good ones, and they all just in and out, bro. So that sucks.
What about that Tom Hanks comment thing?
Oh my God. Yo, bro, what the fuck? Thank you for saving the quick topics. All right, so tell the people what I asked you recently.
So Frankie hit me up and he was just kind of like, yo, do you know what's going on with Tom Hanks like comments section? I'm like, the fuck you talking about? And I didn't take a look at his Instagram or anything like that myself, but I just went by what you told me. I tried to look it up on Reddit. I didn't see anything about it on Reddit.
Okay.
I don't know if I wasn't just searching up the right words or something. But yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, so apparently Tom Hanks is Jewish, and this is a whole article. I'm not gonna read the article. The whole
Why
thing.
the fuck not? Fucking do it, pussy.
So
Yeah.
we begin although QAnon. So it starts with QAnon. Breakdown. So QAnon, I always really never looked into who they are because they were full of ridiculousness, right? But QAnon, you know what they are exactly?
They're sort of an alt-right group.
I thought you were gonna be way more confident with your answer. That's bad funny.
The what?
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, they're but you're like,
No, because I forget like what they describe them as exactly, but I just know that they're like in sort of alt-right extremist group.
Definitely that.
I just don't know if they're considered like terrorists or anything like that. Genuinely, because I don't know if any of them have ever like were in participation of January 6th or anything like that. So
Probably. I mean, chances are probably.
yeah, but I just don't want to say it. Like, you know,
like that.
I don't know my facts. So
I'm gonna offend the LGBT community, but QAnon, I'm not touching that with a 6 foot pole.
listen. You know, we pick and choose. We pick and choose.
Your loss, LGBTQ. So QAnon, LGBTQAnon. Oh, new group.
Oh my god,
new group. Revolutionary right there.
I'm gay and I hate it.
That's not funny because the way you said it is just so like, yeah. That would be what LGBT QAnon is. But QAnon is an American political conspiracy theory and political movement. It originated in America far-right political sphere in 2017, and they center on false claims made by an anonymous individual or individuals known as Q. So,
yes, that does sound familiar. I think I remember watching some sort of video about QAnon when I was still in school, because I was taking a journalism class, and so I remember watching a video about that. And I remember that it was about some person named Q that just started the whole thing. They're completely anonymous and almost to the point of like Banksy, or people think they can like locate this Q and discover who they are and stuff. It's really interesting.
yeah. I mean, for me, I always kind of stayed with it because it just seemed kind of ridiculous. And there's a lot of Trump supporters in that. And I just feel like anything they believe is not credible at all. Not to shit on them, but to shit on them. And just to continue this, it says, although QAnon began with an anonymous 4chan user claiming to have inside intelligence from the highest echelons of American politics. Echelons of American politics. There's no proof of this. It quickly became a sprawling conspiracy theory that embraces practically any fringe idea. Now, what has to do with Tom Hanks is that some adherents push centuries-old anti-Semitic propaganda, such as blood libel, a Middle Ages conspiracy theory invented by Christians to demonize Jewish people by claiming they use Christian blood in religious rituals, like sacrificing babies and stuff. So, again, this is not fully what it is, but from what I know, they either think Tom Hanks is a pedophile or they're sacrificing a bunch of babies in certain rituals. And so if you go to Tom Hanks' Instagram, there's no comments allowed, because when you go to when they used to be allowed, all the comments would just say, Tom Hanks is a pedophile. Tom Hanks is killing babies. Tom Hanks is this and that. Every single picture he had was just loaded with those comments. Man. So from here on out, like, he never allows comments on his Instagram and shit.
Wow.
That's pretty much it.
How long ago did that happen?
I mean, this article is in 2022. So this was updated February 12th, 2022. But this has been going around for like years now. So yeah, poor Tom Hanks, you know, that pedophile child abuser.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I completely forgot about that.
Just from like the surface of it, I don't know, like, I hope it's not true.
Obviously, yeah.
Like, Tom Hanks seems like one of the nicest guys in Hollywood.
He kind of seems like a weirdo. I'm not gonna lie to you. He plays a bunch of weirdo characters, like a toy.
He just seems really like strict. Like he seems like in a different life he could have been a coach. Like just a really like on top of it kind of coach.
He seems like if you were dating his daughter, he'd be really cool to you and like so cool that you'd get kind of like at a point, and then like at the end of the night he'd be like just yell out a racial slur. Like, but so casually and stuff, you know what I mean? And just continue with a smile and waving. That's what I envision Tom Hanks, honestly speaking, because he's
like,
a weirdo.
but he like does the racial slur like comically, where he's just kind of like, oh, these, and laughs it off a bit, and he like kind of does like smacks the guy's arm, but he's like, right,
you know what I mean, man.
You know what I mean.
I'm Tom Hanks. That's exactly who Tom Hanks is, man. He's a creep, bro. I don't fuck with Tom Hanks.
I remember when Ricky Gervais did his crazy speech at the Golden Globes or whatever.
Someone denouncing the rich while he speaks for the rich at a rich event.
I mean, Ricky Gervais is a fucking character, but I love that speech though. For sure. It's such a good speech.
No, it is definitely great. But somebody made the good point. I forgot who. That it was just like, oh wait, way to go to the event and actually, it's like AOC protesting the Met Gala by wearing a $10,000 dress, and the ticket cost so much money to get into the Met. Well, not that much, but way more than, what was it, protest the rich or something, or tax the rich?
Yeah, I definitely like feel iffy about it in retrospect, because it's like in the moment I was like, holy shit, I can't believe Ricky Gervais is getting away with it. But NBC or whatever has like put that speech on YouTube, and that shit has like millions of views and likes and whatever, and so it's like they're definitely capitalizing on it for sure. And so it is just kind of like a stupid cycle where
it's like shock value type shit and everything.
Yeah, so take it how you will, but during that speech Tom Hanks was like aboard. He was like he was just like he was watching this like, oh my stars and garters. He was just
what incarnation?
He just completely shocked by the whole thing. It's the funniest fucking thing. But yeah, that's Tom Hanks. Yeah, man, what a fucking guy.
Yeah, dead ass.
Yo, Tom Hanks, you want to come on the show?
Come on the show. Honestly, Tom, I'm just saying all this stuff for the viewers. I love you. You're my favorite actor in the whole world.
Yo, you're my Sully.
Oh man, you're my box of chocolates. I know like 3 Tom Hanks movies.
Save me from a crashing plane.
Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks,
wind me up like a toy.
Hey yo. Now, a lot of people have controversial feelings about saying "hey yo," but they go fuck themselves.
Tom Hanks, try and ruin my musical career.
I don't get these references.
That's an Elvis one. Oh, shit. The first one was Sully.
The first one I got, the last one I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? He played it this I will say for sure, Tom Hanks, even if you want to come on the show, please do. But you sucked in Elvis, bro. You sucked ass. Like, you were absolutely terrible, bro. I don't know how the fuck you got to perform in front of a director who researched the guy and just did not come through with it. Honestly, like that. And you know my other spiel with Elvis, because you've seen it already, right? Oh, never mind then. anyways.
Haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry.
But when you do watch it, it'll be one, like, I'm sure what I'm going to say, which I'll say next week, whenever you watch it, we'll probably have the same spiel about it.
Yo, man, you know what I did see recently?
What did you see recently?
Avatar 3D.
Oh, how was that?
Yo, man. So.
What's up?
So, like, when Avatar first came out back in 2009, crazy. I was like, you know what? This movie is cool and all, but it didn't blow me away.
Me neither, bro. I thought it was kind of overhyped. And I'm not saying it was bad. For me, I was like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get the whole crazy thing about it, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't blown away. I was just kind of like, it's a good movie, but I don't know why everyone's like in love with this movie.
Yeah, I fucking hate blue people. And I can say that. Find me a blue person.
The Blue Man Group right now is like, but fucking, I had seen the movie maybe at home one time, like on DVD or some shit, like maybe a year or two after that.
Okay.
So I haven't seen the movie in over 10 years.
Damn.
And Lucas and I were like, yo, we want to go to the movies. What are we going to watch? And I started looking on A.M.C. and I'd seen on Reddit that Avatar was back in theaters. That's awesome. For some reason.
Probably to promote the movie. It's coming out this year, right?
In December. I just figured if they were going to re-release it, it would have been like sooner to the actual release of Avatar 2, but what do I know?
Yeah, facts.
But I'm just a hobby. But fucking, I saw that Avatar is out and I was just like, you know what? This is really fucking random, but you know what? Let's go watch Avatar. and it was in 3D and shit, and it was in IMAX.
Okay.
And so that fucking screen at Lincoln Square was
Crazy nice.
was full the whole time. There wasn't a single shot that was like widescreen. The whole screen was full the entire time.
Probably for the 3D aspect and everything.
Well, because Avatar was filmed in IMAX. That was kind of one of the groundbreaking like things at the time, that it was filmed like exclusively for IMAX. So that was like the way to watch the movie when it first came out. And yeah, that was definitely the way to watch the movie, because I was like, yo, this looks crazy.
I can imagine. People hype it up because of the 3D, and that's what I missed out on.
Yeah, like I don't think I watched it originally in 3D, so I think this is my first time watching it in 3D, and immediately I was like, yo, this looks insane. What the fuck? I was like, I can't believe this movie came out in 2009. Like, there were definitely a couple scenes here and there where like you could tell whatever with the CGI.
You were like, these guys ain't really blue.
I was like, wait a minute.
I see right through you. Who's the director?
James Cameron.
I see right through you, James Cameron. I thought it was James Corden.
that's the TV
comedian,
host.
Right? Yeah. I heard he's an asshole, man.
Oh, really?
I heard he's an asshole. I was looking up on YouTube and stuff, and apparently, like, he's an asshole. So fuck you, James Corden. It's a British accent.
But all in all, Avatar 3D was fucking dope, man.
I gotta check that shit out, honestly.
And they had a sneak peek of Avatar 2 after the credits. It was like a mid-credit scene. I feel like I was watching a Marvel movie. I was like, oh shit. But the scene wasn't too crazy, but you know, it looks good.
It was just drinking a water bottle. Oh shit!
They were just in water.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They were just swimming.
Way of the water.
Yeah, that's all it was. And I was like, oh, I get the title.
I get it now. I get it. That's awesome though. I gotta check that shit out.
Yeah, man. If it's still in theaters, go watch Avatar again.
I just might.
Keep that shit to number 1 in the box office.
I might.
Or worldwide, I mean.
I gotta see.
Or of all time.
All right, but now we're up to our new section.
Oh my God.
Good little intro right there. I feel like, how long we go for? Like, maybe I can't see shit. I can't
see dick.
All right, let's just pretend. Let's just say 24 minutes.
Nah, definitely like 30, 40.
You think so? Yeah, my shit, our time is off, so I'll probably. Shout out to our sponsor, Modelo.
My sponsor, Voodoo Ranger, as per usual.
Yeah, man. And Link sponsor, Javi's dog, T-Mobile.
Yeah,
America,
T-Mobile Tuesdays.
T-Mobile Tuesdays. It is definitely not Tuesday, but fuck it. It's Tuesday somewhere, right?
I mean, this episode's going to come out on a Wednesday, but that's not Tuesday.
That's not Tuesday. Shout out to Sprint, which is now owned by T-Mobile.
That is true. These are facts.
Boom. All right, so what's up?
Before we get into the news.
You wanted to bring something. Okay, what's up?
Yeah. Okay, Frankie.
What's up?
All right. So, just wanted to let you know, it's official.
What's official? What are you doing right now? Oh, okay. So for those that can't hear what we're hearing right now, we going?
We're going.
We're going to the turnstile. Yeah, you got the ticket. You get scanned.
I got the ticket.
That's fucking awesome.
I got you the ticket.
So right now we're listening to Turnstile, but they're not listening to Turnstile.
They're not listening to Turnstile.
I'm fucking hype, man. Thank you very much. So people that are listening, Javi was very nice. My birthday was, I think, last week or some shit like that. And he got me a ticket to see Turnstile, an amazing band. And we're listening to them right now in the headphones. Holy shit. I'm fucking excited, bro. Thank you. Fuck, man.
I just wanted to do that little gimmick right there.
I thought you were gonna say we could finally play music on the podcast without getting copyright strikes.
I mean, that too.
That'd be cool. Thank you.
But yeah, man, I got your ticket officially.
Nice.
So we will officially be going to see Turnstile tomorrow.
Fucking hype,
so
bro.
That's gonna be fucking dope.
I'm wearing my hoodie that I could tie up to my hat because I definitely want to wear a hat. Just have to throw it out there. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Honestly. Maybe don't wear the hat.
Nah, I'm going to. I wore it last time. I got to wear it this time. But I put the hood over my hat and I tie my strings really tight for the people that push and shit like that.
I don't know, man.
Yeah? I wear my least favorite hat.
Wear your least favorite hat.
I wear the hat that we wore for the catering. Oh. The red hat. Yeah. It looks like it says Make America Great Again.
It is really a Make America Great Again color.
They got a bee in their restaurant, bro. Nasty asses, bro.
But also wear some tight shoes, like maybe some, like if you have them, high tops, something that like are gonna stay on your feet.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to lose your shoe again.
Nah, bro, I fucking sucked last time, bro. But I got it back, and that was part of the experience. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Let's fucking do it,
bro. So the next story I'm gonna be talking about, well, the first story I'm gonna be talking about is I'm sure you've heard about it in Iran and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm talking about the title is Police Beating Women to Death in Iran for Improper Hijab. Right? And so it's a very popular subject. It's been going on and still going on now because there's been protests post. And it's kind of a crazy subject.
Okay.
Because I don't know shit about Iran, to be honest with you. For me, the Middle East, I mean, all my geography is fucked up. So in reality, I'm going to mess up so many names and words right here. But I think the message is important. And it just gets crazier. So,
Yeah, man. You know who likes Middle Eastern girls?
oh,
Lucas.
does he? Look at Lucas. Look at Lucas. Diverse as fuck. Oh my. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Especially right now, Middle Eastern girls. Because of what's happening in Iran. Nice. So the story involves Iran, morality police in Iran, and the victim whose name is Masa Amini, right?
Okay.
So Iran's morality police is the component of Iran's law enforcement forces. Their responsibility is to enforce the country's laws against immodesty and societal vices. They were commissioned in 2005. Right?
Okay.
So one requirement in the country of Iran is for women to wear a headscarf, hijab, in order to completely cover their face in public, as well as long, loose-fitting robes. So you can't show shit. One of your eyeballs, and even then, probably they're gonna put little like sunglasses on or something.
I always think of that Key and Peele sketch where they play like Middle Eastern dudes and like they're just checking out girls at like the bazaar or something like that.
And the ankle show or some shit.
And they're like, "Oh man, did you see the bridge, the nose bridge on that girl?" And he goes, "That's a bridge I'd like to walk across." And they just start laughing. I'm like, "Yo, this is so dumb."
I fucking love Key and Peele, bro. But yeah, so they gotta cover everything up, and this has been required since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, right?
Okay.
That revolution brought out the masses of Iranian women who were demonstrating for the abolition of the monarchy and for an Islamic republic, believing that an Islamic republic would give them total equality, removing all existing obstacles for participation of women in the affairs at the state, right? So, I mean, I didn't know this, but women in Iran do have full access to education, work outside the home, and they can hold public office. So good for Iran. Good for Iran. Doing a little, you know. And mind you, like I did see an article, like this is like 3 years ago, and this is before even the show for sure. But I remember I got a news update, and the headline that says, excuse me, I don't know if it was Iran, but it was like in the Middle East, women are finally allowed to drive. I was like, what the fuck year is this? You know, I'm like, this is crazy, man. So shit is all prehistoric back there. Not the shit on Iran, but the shit on their laws for women.
Yeah, so, it's definitely a little backwards to be as nice as possible.
It's fucking stupid, bro. So Iran's supreme leader once said that gender equality is, quote, unacceptable to the Republic of Iran, which is crazy because the supreme leader is like the head honcho. It's like our Barack Obama, you know? Or Joe Biden.
That's still your president?
That's always my president. Fuck out of here.
Frankie, what year is it?
So Masa Amini was beaten and later died while in custody of the morality police on September 13th, 2022 because of her improper wearing of her hijab, which is what most news sources say. But another news source said that she was wearing tight leggings as well. So she was breaking all the rules. But apparently that was what happened. So what happened, and her family were there to visit her uncle in Tehran. She was arrested as soon as she stepped off the train, like for the hijab and everything.
Okay.
So the witnesses claimed that she was beaten, but the police brig general Hossein Raimi called these, quote, cowardly accusations. Although after her arrest, she was in a coma for 3 days and died in the hospital on September 16th.
Oh, damn. I didn't know she died.
Yeah, she OD died, bro. Like, she's not alive.
She OD died.
So,
she super died.
She's not alive, bro. Like, I promise you that. So, but it gets crazy because at first that seemed like what the gist of the whole story was. It kind of just seemed like, which is not like to downplay it or nothing, but it just seemed like that's all it was. And then protests emerge afterwards. But it gets really crazy. And it goes, and what's to be shown soon is how back forth it is between the people's word and the upper like classes or like the politicians' word, you know?
Okay.
So the police said that Amini suffered a, quote, sudden heart failure while waiting with other women at the facility to be, quote, educated. So when you're wearing an improper hijab in Iran and you get arrested by the morality police, they take you to like a jail or whatever to educate you on how to wear it correctly, which is kind of fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
So there was CCTV footage that showed Amini speaking to a female official who eventually grabs her clothing and then her head and caused her to collapse to the ground. Now, the interior minister, and for those that don't know what an interior minister is, because I didn't, It's a cabinet.
Oh, you didn't?
I had no idea who the fuck this guy was, bro. Or woman.
You didn't?
Or woman, no.
It's a cabinet of something. I know that much. Idiot.
It's a cabinet official position that is responsible for internal affairs such as public security, civil registration and identification, emergency management, supervision of regional and local governments, conduct of elections, public administration, and immigration matters. This position
I knew that.
This position is the head of a department that is often called an interior ministry, a ministry of internal affairs, or a ministry of home affairs. Long ass definition.
God, what a fucking title. Like, how long is that name tag?
So that person said that Amini had previous physical problems, but Amini's father told pro-reform news outlets that his daughter was, quote, fit and never had any health problems. And she also had bruising to her legs, and the footage that was shown to the people, the CCTV footage, was edited. So her father was like, no, bro, like that did not happen. And it later was proven that the footage was edited. So they're hiding a whole bunch of shit.
It's crazy.
The Brig General Raimi insisted that Amini suffered no physical harm. He told reporters that, quote, the evidence showed that there was no negligence or inappropriate behavior on the part of the police, which is a big lie, right? But he's going on with him. Her family described Amini as a shy, reserved resident of a small town who never challenged the country's clerical rulers or its Islamic dress codes. And she was from the northwestern Kurdish city of Sarkez, right? So now the update is this, because that was just the first section of the news. But there's a hacker group called Backdoor, spelled 3ACKDO0OR, which looks like a backdoor on the internet. They revealed the hijab police team that arrested Mahsa Amini, their like identifications and like everything, which is kind of crazy.
You see, that's a hacker good intention.
Basically. And so I'm gonna read the names of these assholes because they deserve to be, whoever listens and stuff. Not that it matters, we won't do nothing.
You got their Twitters,
bro. Their names are so complicated, like it's fucking crazy. I'm about to. I mean, we could do whatever we can with our 7 listeners.
Are their names difficult to pronounce, Frankie, or are you just ignorant?
No, they're fucking difficult, bro. No, they have 16 syllables per name.
Nah, you sound ignorant.
So look, the first guy is commander of the team. His name is Captain Nayatola Rafi. He was 52.
Easy, Natolia Rafi.
Basically, Koda Bande. He was
Koda Bande?
Yeah, he was from
obviously.
there in northwestern Zanjan province. There was also Sergeant Ali Kaznamband, 27.
Ali Kazanam?
Basically.
Dude,
27.
You're slacking.
Well, he was 27 from the village of Kushnamvand in the Kudash district of Lorestan province of western Iran. Then we get the best lady's name. Parastu Safari.
Parastu Safari.
Yeah.
Yo,
Safari. 36.
Safari.
She was from Kermanshah, and she was the one that detained Mahsa Amini in CCTV video. And the last person was a woman. This is also a woman. Fatima Gorbin Hassani.
Fatima Gorbin Hassani.
Basically. She was 27, and she was the youngest in the team and born and raised in the capital, Tehran, where the crime took place. Now, along revealing this, the hackers also showed that she had blows to the head and they broke her skull, which later led to the coma. It was revealed on September 29th when Mohammed Bagwar Bakhtiar, former commander of the Revolutionary Guard during Iran's 1980-88 war with Iraq, revealed that she suffered blows to the skull. He found this out from the Forensic Medicine Organization. A CT scan showed that she had a bone fracture, hemorrhage, and brain edema. And these medical documents were also sent to Iran and International by a hacktivist group, right? Disproving the lie that the police told that she had a heart attack. Also, while she was in the detention room, an eyewitness told Iran International that Mahsa was hit in the head. So, we got, 3 different perspectives of her being, really just abused in the hands of the police. And they're just trying to cover it up. And
it's almost comedic where it's just kind of like...
No, we didn't do that shit,
Like they're covering up their tracks and no, we didn't do it.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Yeah. Look, she had a heart attack. What are you talking about? One guy's like, no, she didn't.
I mean,
you see, what are you talking about? We didn't do anything.
It's pretty much what's fucking happening, bro. And it gets fucking crazier, bro, because, the thing is that now there's mad protests. I don't know if you've heard about the protests.
I haven't.
So the protests are fucking crazy, and basically most of my news is big masses of people dying. So
damn, more people have died.
100%, man. So
that's upsetting.
Since Saturday, protests have erupted in about 80 Iranian cities as of now. The state television had put the death toll at 17, but a human rights group said that at least 31 civilians have been killed, right?
That sucks.
And police stations and vehicles have been torched and security forces have been under attack. That was the old news. Like, that was when this shit started. The update is this. With her death, protests have began in Kurdistan in Western, her hometown, Iran, that later spread to Tehran, where she was arrested. So it started where she was from, and now it leads to where she was arrested. Mm-hmm. Government response has led to 150 people dying. That's crazy. So far, 150 people have died, and this is
on the civilian side.
Yeah, and the protesters, and the largest.
Wait, but like only the protesters and civilians, or like both protesters?
No, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I would consider them civilians.
Like the police and stuff?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like the police are killing protesters who I also count as civilians because they're civilians.
I was mostly trying to ask is like, does that death toll include the police as well?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think a couple of generals were killed, but fuck those guys for like,
I was just curious.
But in total, 150 people died. And the largest death toll in general was on September 30th in the city of Zahedan, where 42 local protesters were shot.
God damn.
Protesters are chanting women, life, freedom. They're setting up bonfires, scuffling with the police, and most iconically, they're removing and burning their headscarves or the hijabs.
Wow.
Right? They've also been destroying posters of the country's supreme leader and shouting, quote, death to the dictator. And now young protesters are very much involved now too. And they're seen in a video chanting, quote, we are the children of war. Come on and fight, and we'll fight back. And they do a lot of flash protests where the crowd will form and erupt and chant, do their protest shit, but they'll leave so the Iranian security forces don't come about them and everything. So they're kind of being wise about it, but it's still pretty crazy.
Yeah. They're still like gambling with their lives, really.
I mean, it's crazy, man, because it's really fucking harsh over there. And the punishment, I mean, we protest here and bitch about things, which, police do bad things. I'm saying that we bitch about a lot of things here, and we're able to protest about it, which makes us seem like we're bitching, but we're really just kind of trying to make the best of what we can do because it's not right,
I feel like the biggest comparison that we have here in the West, like in recent years, is Trayvon Martin.
You think so? I mean, there's a whole bunch more. I think every black person that's died by police has led to equivalent protests. I mean, there's George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin.
That's who I meant to say. George Floyd. In most recent years of like,
even when Jalen, I don't know if it's Jalen Brown or I forget his name, but even when he got shot, there's always protests afterwards.
There is, but I'm just so reminiscent of George Floyd and
major.
Like in 2020 and everything and how big the protests were for that and everything like that. That's the most thing I'm most reminiscent of when I hear this. Yeah, and it seems like at this moment it was kind of like Iran's George Floyd, where it's like we've had similar things happen here, but I'm sure it happens on a much larger quantity or scale in Iran or in just other places in the Middle East, which is just extremely unfortunate. Yeah, but I didn't know that these protests were going on and that people were dying from these protests.
Yeah, these were updated.
Fucking crazy.
These were updated yesterday, and so I feel like this is just as major as George Floyd, but they don't happen as often because they're able to protest. I don't know the circumstances under the rights they're able to protest within. But regardless, 150 people dying is pretty crazy. And again, these updates that I'm giving you were like hours ago. I mean, in the morning and stuff, So now, like the supreme leader, his name is Ali Khamenei, who said earlier that he said he doesn't believe gender equality is able to exist in Iran, right? He said that there will be a thorough investigation into Amini's case, which is interesting because a lot of people see that as an admission of guilt or like skepticism towards what may have happened with the police and what they're saying, because they're still denying everything. He even went to the house of Amini and met with her family. Now that's where I get kind of like, holy shit, like I wonder like what did they talk about? Like did they make any threats? Like because there's so much corruption, and I'll tell you more later. And I wonder if like he threatened their family or said stop talking to the police or stop talking to reporters. And I really wonder what will happen in Iran if they like clear up this case. Like if they say that it was justified and it wasn't the fault of the police. Because there's so much evidence that says it was. Yeah. And it was wrongdoing. And not for nothing, she didn't kill nobody. She didn't like abuse a dog or something. Like she just had the hijab on incorrectly. Yeah. That's the main point of everything. Like, you're not infringing on people's rights. You're infringing on just what you deem as
on a preference.
Yeah, I mean, it's a law, not a preference. It is the law to.
I mean, like it's law, but like realistically, that law is a preference.
No, I mean, yeah, but And no, I wouldn't say that because you have to abide in Iran. I'm not advocating for the law, but it's the law. You get me?
No,
Yeah.
I'm aware of that, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, in reality, it's like, she's still wearing the hijab. Like, it's not like she was doing it purposely to wear it incorrectly.
Oh no, for sure.
So it's just kind of like, it's just a preference on how it should be worn.
Yeah, I think there's rules to how it's worn, and she probably was outside those rules. The reason I'm making
just
that
downplaying those rules because I just think it's dumb.
Well, I'm not downplaying because he died. No, it is dumb though. It definitely is dumb. But I'm just saying just to see how stupid it is to like just how can I know what you're saying, and I'm trying to abide the fact that because it's a law, like you have to abide it. But the law in itself is retarded. You get me? Like they should definitely change that. But because it's so real. I mean, she may not have been the only one to suffer that, She just is the biggest one to catch stride. Like George Floyd wasn't the first black man to be killed by the police. And it's just crazy. So during a news conference, Tehran's police commander, Hussein Raimi, denied the accusations and said they had done everything they could to keep Amini alive.
Bruh.
There's just more lies on top of lies on top of lies, right? So now, since last Friday or even beforehand, internet outages were reported by the internet monitoring website NetBlocks. So I don't know if you heard about that. Mm-mm. So they basically, I don't know how you're not hearing about these things, bro. They're like all over the news.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, they like cut off the internet from certain sections of Iran. And, quote, a near total of disruption to internet connectivity has occurred in Sanandaj, the capital of Kurdistan province, right? And Iran's Minister of Communications, these names, bro. Zarapur.
Zarapur. What do you mean these names?
Said that these outages occurred due to, quote, security purposes and discussions related to recent events. So basically, he's like, fuck these guys. I don't want the word getting out. Let's cut off the internet. I think somebody offered Elon Musk, because Starlink is his thing where like it can provide internet in the world. Mm-hmm. And they said, Elon Musk, you provide the internet and we'll buy all the equipment necessary to set up internet in Iran if they're cutting it out. I didn't look up whether that went through or not. Kind of thought it was irrelevant. It's still pretty crazy how they're cutting off the internet because imagine that were to happen in the U.S. Say some crazy, like say World War III happened and all internet was gone from the world or like the places affected. That's a real major thing that we don't think about any of these days. You get me?
I mean, it's again, that's kind of reminiscent. Well, not again, but that in aspect is reminiscent of Russia, Ukraine, where how Russia like started blocking off certain things and things like that. Yeah. And how Russia started telling their own narrative to their people. Yeah. And Iran is just trying to do the same thing. They're just trying to push their own narrative. For sure. And they're just trying to make their word law. Mm-hmm. And it's just ridiculous. Yeah, and it's unfortunate because it's just again, these are real people that are dying, real people that are suffering, and it's just weird, man. Because again, we're just kind of here chilling. It's kind of like the hurricane in Florida. Like we're just here chilling with a little bit of rain. Like here, when it comes to that stuff, like killing somebody here over a hijab is unimaginable. And it's not to disrespect the hijab too, because I feel that that's the one thing I don't want to come across as like. That's people's preference, and not all people may think it's bad. Like I don't necessarily see the reason to cover bodies because it seems like mostly that's done for men to keep women sacred to them and stuff like that. But in America we don't deal with that. But if we were over there, we'd have to respect that type of culture and do everything, But people wear hijabs here too, So obviously it's something that they prefer to do as well, and we gotta respect that because Earth Matter, we do nothing but respect people. You might.
Facts. So now another update, and this is fucking crazy. In the port city of Chabahar in Sistine, Balochistan province, allegedly a police chief raped a 15-year-old girl from Sunni Baluch minority.
Gross.
Yeah, bro. So he raped a 15-year-old girl, and this one's claim has now been confirmed. So outside the protests that were sparked from Masa Amini over the last fortnight, which I found out meant 2 weeks.
You didn't know that?
No, bro. What the fuck?
That's so funny.
So at least one. Nobody fucking knows that, bro. You didn't know what fortnight mean? Oh my god.
Nah, you know why that's funny to me? Because one of my favorite podcasts, Space Jam.
Okay.
They're bi-weekly.
Okay.
They release their episodes bi-weekly, and a joke very early on in that show was that was that they were the Fortnite podcast because since they came out every 2 weeks.
All right. Well, if I watched that podcast, I would know that.
but even before that, I knew that.
I knew it was a frame of time, but I never know Fortnite, so I looked it up.
It's been used in books and shit. I'm a nerd. Whatever. I knew it.
Shakespeare over here, bro. So I guess for here, I don't know what time frame this is because of the so with Masa Amini and the 15-year-old girl getting raped from the police chief, this says 133 people have been killed, but much more people have been killed altogether. So this is a different source. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and this bloody corpses shown through images out throughout Iran. And apparently the rape occurred in early September, but the case was buried after no investigation took place post. So they didn't really look into it. The rapist was Colonel Ibrahim Kuchazakzai. And he committed this crime after investigating a murder case in a city neighborhood. So he was investigating a murder case in a neighborhood. And the daughter was one of the neighbors of the murdered woman. And Ibrahim, the rapist, took her back to his office for questioning and then raped her. The girl told her mom that the colonel stripped her under the pretext of checking her body and then proceeded to rape her. Ugh. What's more wild is that the police forces have taken hostage 3 relatives of the rape victim to force her family to publicly deny the reports. Bruh. And to not file any complaints against the Ibrahim's bitch ass.
Bruh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say with the whole, like, if that's just the police going to this, girl's family, and that sucks for her. But imagine the supreme leader going to, who deems the chaos through the protests unnecessary. And he's even reached out to celebrities and higher ups from Iran to, like, kind of stop this. So what did he say to the family of Masa Amini, who, not her fault, but, like, caused this whole thing, Mm-hmm. And I think it's scary stuff to be her family right now. Because her father, like, really harshly rejected all this fake stuff that they were trying to paint the story with. Like, she had heart conditions before or this and that. Also, and lastly, in one of Iran's poorest regions, Sistan Balochistan, home to the Baluch minority activists here, have complained that convicts were being executed in disproportionate numbers. Hangings have also surged. And 5 members of the Revolutionary Guards were killed in Zohdan yesterday, October 1st. And the media is describing this as a terrorist incident. So, I mean, that's the shit show that is Iran right now. And it's crazy, man. It's stupid crazy. And what are your thoughts?
I love how you always ask me my thoughts.
Yeah, bro. I gotta find out.
Like, it's always on the episodes that you host where you're always just like, what do you think? Mm-hmm. It's like you just like put the spotlight on me.
I mean, it's the show, bro. I just talk for like 10 minutes.
I mean, like, normally when I host an episode, you just cut in and you're like, so this is what I think.
All right. So, but what do you think?
Nah, I don't want to talk now.
You don't want to. So you don't care about women getting raped and murdered in Iran for things that they had no control with?
I think
you just don't give a fuck. You think they deserve that?
I think my opinion doesn't matter to you.
Well, of course, but I'm saying, like, we gotta do it for the show and everything. so
no,
what's
but
up?
I don't want to tell you my opinion. Can you plug your ears while I describe what I have to say?
Let me put the earplugs on.
Okay. All right. Cool. Now that Franky's not listening, his bitch ass. Finally, it's just you and me, guys. Let me not say guys. Finally, you and all us
and your respectable.
Wait! Hey! Whoa!
Your respectable gender identities.
Shut the fuck up. You can't hear shit.
Shut the fuck up.
So this is what I got. This is what I think.
What's up?
I'm very reminiscent. I like you. That's a word I'm using a lot.
100%. I forgot the word that I was using before.
I forget.
Okay, continue.
But I'm reminiscent of this one song. I forget the title of it, but it's a Blink-182 song. It's one of their newer songs where it talks about sort of war-torn countries and stuff. Mm-hmm. And Mark Hoppus, who the bassist to Blink-182, used to live in the UK for a while.
Okay.
And he got the inspiration from that song because one day he was just driving around and a helicopter had passed around him. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, I just started thinking about the fact that, like, in some places around the world, but especially like the Middle East, like helicopters flying around you is like a normal thing. and
bombs and fucking death and shit like that. You know, not here is common too, but bombs are more frequent.
Yeah, it's just when it comes to the Middle East, like that is still a war-torn country.
Yeah,
like it's not even country, but just area.
Yeah.
It's just something where things are always going on.
Yeah,
and despite anyone else's hands in the situation, there's always something happening there because there's so much turmoil happening within the Middle East in itself.
Yeah,
that it's already messy. And the second other countries or other parts of the world get their hands involved, it makes it even messier.
like the U.S.
Especially. And it's such a difficult situation because how do you solve this? You can't be like America and try and step in and like liberate the place or some shit like that. But do you just ignore it? And it's just it makes it such a difficult thing where it's like there's no clear answer, no clear solution, because it seems like it's something that the Middle East needs to just kind of deal with on their own and come to their own solutions. But it sucks that the outside world can't be more part of the conversation.
Well, right here, actually, Biden is actually going to start, he's readying sanctions targeting Iran's oil exports.
Okay.
So, like, we are getting involved. Like, we always get involved in shit like that, but apparently we are. And I also always think that one of the biggest reasons we get involved is for oil, as per anybody will think, because it's Iran, it's the Middle East. But we are getting involved. And not for nothing, people are protesting all over the world, too. You know, I think that... I think we do need to get involved, and people need to like spread, you know, however they can, the awareness and like support and this and that, because it's a lonely battle to be fighting a whole army and stuff. Like people, especially young people, aren't prepared to like take on this huge toll that came so suddenly. You get me? And I mean, I don't think it's a battle they can win physically, but I think morally and ethically they can change laws in the future. But I don't really understand Iran's politics, rights, or anything like that to really like have a say on that specific thing. And I don't really care for the sanctions in terms of oil exports, but it didn't seem to do much with Russia. I don't know how it will affect Iran. Saying that just leads me to think now more towards the World War III type of shit. Because now we're like sanctioning everybody's ass and stuff like that. And it's not like we could send the American military there. I mean, I guess we can in like any sense, but... I don't know. I think it's important to get involved, and I'm sure people here are fighting as much as they could in any way they can, even if it's just talking about like this, just to spread awareness. Because, I mean, it just sucks ass that she got killed for no reason, but it probably woke up this energy in people that needed to be awakened regardless. Not to call it necessary, but more so just take.
It was the tipping. What do they call it?
The
like
tipping point, like needle on a haystack, or something like that.
Something about like a camel, like that was.
The needle that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who came up with that shit. No, but I mean, it's super fucking unfortunate, man. And I don't know. I just
no. I mean, it sucks. I just it is nice to hear that the outside world is getting involved, but at the same time, I also think of like how many people have to die before something has to change.
Shut up, you hippie fuck. That's the most hippie. How many?
I mean, is it not like
vague as fuck?
How is that vague? Like,
it's just funny, man. It's just I feel like I've seen that in 17 movies, 30 TV shows.
like I mean, is it still not a true sort of statement?
It's true. I'm not gonna shit on it, but I will shit on it.
It's just realistically, it sucks that this many people have died.
Yeah,
and
no, for sure.
How many more people are gonna die before something actually changes? And that
a lot more.
And that just really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's like why couldn't this be solved any other way?
Because life is not flowers and sunshine. Like,
and that just sucks. I hate it.
More interesting points by Javi coming soon. Man, why can't we all just have free water? Man, why are we all hungry? How many people have to starve before we're all fed, man? Yeah, man. More original points by Javi, man.
I hate it.
Why can't everybody
Frankie?
just chill out, man?
I hate it, man.
All right, but what do you think about like them intruding on the people's like just like this lady who's raped, right? What do you think about the corruption that's happening in Iran and how it prevents people from doing anything inside out? Because I think a lot of people. I mean, I don't even know who would be a better option in terms of supreme leader. but just like those things, because I just feel like we can't ever compare America to that, except the NSA spying on all our asses and shit like that, you know. But
I don't know.
threats, like,
I'm sure things like that still happen here in the States,
like government like threatening people inside out of cases and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that still happens.
You think so?
Like maybe just more hidden.
I'm not gonna say no, but yeah, maybe.
Like I don't know. I feel like that's something that just happens everywhere. But it's just I think the Middle East doesn't hide it as much. I think
Really just suck at hiding it. Yeah.
I think they don't care as much.
You think they don't give a fuck?
I genuinely think they're just kind of like, yo, man, we're gonna threaten you, and you're not gonna do anything about it.
I think the security forces, in terms of internet protection, is just very lacking. Like I think, like maybe this hacktivist group Backdoor is so advanced because of outside help, and I don't think Iran has that much technology to like help itself in that realm. You know, but I'm not sure, of course. Again, like, you know, this is just opinion now at this point, because again, you do have to have a background in what they are able to do, how they run and stuff to really speak on it. But I also think, I mean,
we're not from there, so
yeah, I mean, yeah, but we can always look it up, you know.
Yeah.
And it sucks ass, and I mean, I'm really worried about like them announcing that shit, because that to me is like the verdict of the George Floyd case. Like everybody knew this motherfucker was guilty, but we were just waiting for the judge to be like, we deem you, or the jury to be like, we find the defendant not guilty. And then what would have happened if Derek Chauvin was not guilty? So what's gonna happen if Massam Amini's death is found to be justified? That's gonna be for a hijab, bro. And why was she here in the first place? You get me? Like that's just dumb.
It's just like, it just sounds like that one officer or whatever just had a bad day.
I mean, there was 4 officers.
Like, well, I mean, the one that initiated it. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it was a bad day. I think it's just shitty culture in terms of law giving and how it's handled, you know?
It's just like, I think about things like that, and it's just kind of like, I always think about The Killing Joke. Yeah. And it's just kind of that.
Like one bad day?
One bad day.
I don't think so. I think it was power trip, shitty politics, and just the ill-written, corrupt system of nature.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't those things, but I just mean, like, to go back to that same point, that was the needle on the camel's back, where it's just finally that one cop just had, like, enough, and they were just like, you know what? Fuck this person. And and the other cops were like, you know what? Fuck this person.
I think that those are just shitty people who did that so often that they were used to getting away with it, and because they were used to getting away with it, finally one person that they did it to call like, because I just feel like if you say they're having one bad day on that day, it's just to say that the rest of the day they were having good days and it was, you know, perfectly fine, and that's just how to handle things.
Well,
you know,
no, that's not what.
Or
I'm
like
saying,
regular
though.
days and stuff. But you know, like the one bad day thing, I just think this is always happening, and this is the one that.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not happening before this, but I just mean like to the extreme point that this had gone to, where it led to death. Yeah, I just mean that, like, eventually this person just had enough, and like that was enough to make them kill a person.
But what do you mean enough of what?
Whatever was going on in their lives, whatever's going on in their lives has so much to do with society and politics and everything.
But I'm not saying you are, but it seems like you're just painting, because you're painting this picture. You're not, but to me, it seems like you're painting this picture of sympathy for the person.
No,
because you're saying, oh, they just fucking tired of it, and this is just the one person that's gonna get it the most. But I don't.
But it's just more so of just trying to understand, like, that side of things. The reality is that shit happens like this all around the world. Yeah. But I think to get a better understanding of things and to learn how we could possibly prevent this in the future is essential. I think if we just kind of ignore, like, if we ignore the why of things happen, then we might never come with a pre-solution to things.
I think your logic is more applied to serial killers than what this is. I think what this is has nothing to do with their bad day or their feelings at the moment or what they were feeling in general. I just think that they were just accustomed. This is just what they do all the time, and nothing else is not normal. Like, to them, this is a normal thing to do every given day. And I think
I'm not saying that it isn't that. I was just throwing out this one possible idea, this one theory. Okay. I'm not saying that this is how it went. I'm just saying, like, this is a possibility. Yeah. Like, I'm just opening up this realm of idea of just, like, genuinely we don't know at the end of the day whether this is just something that they're so used to, and one day they just took took
but
it too far.
we do know they're used to that. Like this, we do know that's their whole law enforcement is to educate and correct women who are wearing their hijabs wrong and not acting proper. And
I just mean to the extreme of that of what's happened in this case and in similar situations that probably haven't been reported on where they've been attacked and things like that. But I just mean, like, we just don't know at the end of the day. Like, we do have enough evidence with this stuff, but we don't know how many people don't do it. We don't know how, like, when it comes down to the individuals, because that's mostly what I'm coming down to, like the individual of those cops. Like, we don't know how many cops don't do that. We don't know how many cops are actually cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, yeah, but
that's mostly what I'm getting at. It's just like, if we question the why of these things are happening, maybe we can come down to the root of it. Maybe these people shouldn't have become cops in the first place. Okay. And how do we solve that? Maybe we don't hire people like this to be cops. And so that's what I'm coming down to, the why of it. Why did these people do it? And if we know the why of it, then we can solve a lot of things behind that, I think, because it comes down to the root of it. But that's
I don't know, man. It's not that I fully disagree. I just think that's so different. Like, it's not that what we don't know, it's just what we know of the country's status right now and how they handle things all the time, you know? And I just think that it's a shitty procedure to uphold only women to, and, you know, I don't think it has anything to do with bad days or preference. And then I know that was just one thought, but I just think that there is a heavy lining that is very clear and obvious and has always existed since 1979 in terms of morality police. I mean, would you consider that a normal thing? I know it's a normal thing in Iran, but what's your opinion as an American in terms of something like a morality police?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that ever got installed or instilled here in the States.
How so?
Like,
what do you mean?
Like, I don't know if there was like some asshole that like stopped people from like
Well, they do that already with women, like in skirts in schools and stuff, right? And people reject that idea quickly. Like, you get pulled out of school if you're a woman wearing a skirt because it's distracting to other men in the school, right? And that gets pushed. I mean, that was a norm and now it's not. You get me? So, like, that's already like just the first tier of it, and it gets rejected so fast. So how would it happen in America?
Okay, so I'm this beer has hit me.
I don't know, man. Maybe we should all just be naked, man. Close the. I honestly think we all be naked. I mean, clothes are dumb, but they're cool, you know. So,
I think okay, because I'm trying to remember what we just spoke about.
You sound like Brian when he was messaging me just now.
Yeah, I do.
Like, I don't know, man. What the fuck is an Amini?
Damn. Okay.
That's my last question on this topic, so we don't prolong this topic.
Okay. But I think if something like that situation was dealt here in the States, it wouldn't be done to that extreme because we don't have a morality police, obviously.
Yeah. I'm saying if we did have
we did have morality police, I think something like that could possibly happen here in the States. Okay. Like, if normal police members of the United States are intense enough and crazy enough to fucking do the things that they do to the black community and other victims that have died by police brutality, I'm sure the morality police would not be short of that list. I'm sure they as well would cause adjourning things and things like that. So I think there are just some people, just some rotten eggs out there, and to say it not so seriously, but going back to that BoJack joke of like, you don't, just because you give a jerk a gun doesn't make them a hero.
No, for sure.
So it's like, you know, take what you will from that, but it's just the police can, no matter what degree it is, can be corrupt no matter which way. Yeah. And there's no direct solution to that, and that sucks. But I think all we can do is just keep trying to bring it up, bring awareness to it.
Nice.
And just really try to like maybe find a solution together.
Yeah, no, for sure. That my whole thing would just be like, what is morality? And like, aren't all police in general upholding morality? You know, or am I just misunderstanding the definition of, you know, morality?
Well, that would conjoin morality and law. Like that would Like by saying that, that's like saying that like by being moral, you are upholding the law.
So, but within laws are moral like aspects, right?
I would say so, but it kind of goes back to what we kind of mentioned in that same principle of like, not everyone is this, but everyone is that. But
if we define moral in a certain sense, is what I'm trying to say. So like if morality is defined in a certain sense and the laws upholding it aren't like, they're just laws, right? Like do not kill a person. That's like a law you can consider that has morality. So why isn't it like a morality policeman handling that? Like are laws just morality laws or they're separate completely? That's my question. I have no idea.
I mean that's I get what you're getting at. I don't know either. It's just nice. Like it seems like a really like abstract thing where it's kind of like,
because I would think that they're the same thing, and that's why we wouldn't do that, because it just seems that that's just obviously subjective to the country that it's occurring in. But I don't know the difference. So I mean, I think morality laws is regular laws.
I think that kind of comes down to like the preference of things again, of just kind of like,
but it's not preference though, you know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Nah, man.
When a group of people say I like things this way, that sounds like a preference.
Yeah, but it's like it's not saying that. It's like women should wear a hijab a certain way, and they have to because we're instructed on how they should be wearing them. Anything outside of that, I mean, you've ever worn a uniform for a job? And like, and what did they say? Like, oh, hey, your shirt's not black. Oh, hey, your hat says a bad word on it. You know, like I'm wearing a shirt that says "fuck" on it. You know how many people like when they come communicate with me today, like they look down on my titties, and I'm just like, yo, bro, my face is up here. No, but
don't have the word "fuck" across the titties, Frankie. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's why I keep wearing it. It's cozy. Shout out to Action Bronson. It says "fuck, that's delicious." That's his show. Super good show. But it's hilarious, man, because now I know how women feel. No, I'm kidding.
I also have a shirt that says the word "fuck" on it. It's a Blink-182 shirt where the Blink-182 bunny is holding the middle fingers, and it says "fuck you" since '92.
That's awesome.
And when I went to the Mom Jeans show a few weeks ago, some dude, as I'm walking to the venue, pointed at my shirt. He's like, "Nice shirt." I was like, "Thanks."
Thanks, man.
Acknowledgement.
Nice face. All right, I'm gonna look up hijab laws in Iran just because I want to see it. I probably won't show it, but I'm pretty sure it's up to standard where like your eyes could be showing. I don't know. Oh no, your face could be showing. Your whole face could be showing.
Okay.
So I'm sure like what the police were seeing I don't think it was a preference. I think it was just she was wearing it wrong, or maybe she was doing
No, I mean I'm not saying that she wasn't wearing it wrong according to the law. When I say that it's a preference, I'm saying that the law itself, realistically, like all laws, are just kind of preference dictated by like a group of people.
Well, that's anything everywhere ever.
But like, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's just another hippie thought from Javi.
It really is, bro.
Whatever. Like
what kind of conversation this is? Like, yo, what do you think about this? Man, I think water is it really is 4 different things, man. So like, well, aren't we all water?
We're 70% water.
Yeah, but we're not just water.
70% water.
Well, so you're saying something, right? But the specifics to it, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Because like, I don't understand what you mean by preference. Like, who's preference? Like, I don't get what you're saying.
The lawmakers.
Like
it's the preference of the lawmakers.
Well,
but that's what I mean.
Yeah, but I understand.
Like even in the States here, it's the same thing. Like our lawmakers, like they make laws say with the abortion rights and things like that are just kind of a lot of people's preference of like.
but that's what I always knew and I've always understood in terms of this.
Yeah, aspect. But that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're talking about the cops themselves when they detain her. Like you were saying.
I'm not talking about the cops. I'm talking about the law.
But that's what like the whole time I've been saying, like, I don't know, bro. I have no idea. Rest in peace to Masa Amini. Rest in peace to her. Condolences.
Masa Amini.
Masa Amini. No A.
Masa Amini.
Mahsa Amini. I don't know who the fuck watching, if anybody's watching, but we have a little donation thing there for the woman from Afghanistan. I hope that's in Iran, because if it's not, whoops. Again, it's my geography's all fucked up, so I don't know shit, to be honest with you. But it's an unfortunate occurrence. And again, like I do agree with the whole like relating to the whole George Floyd thing. Like this is a major thing that's happening there. And it's sparking outrage. And again, this is not to say to be thankful for her death, because it should never have happened. But I really am curious as to see what's going to happen post. Mm-hmm. And bro, if they say that death was justified, just take cover, bro.
Oh man.
Well, what did Trump say? Stand down and stand by.
Stand by, Proud Boys.
Let's send the Proud Boys to fucking North Korea. See how proud they really are, bro. Fuck those guys. But yeah, that was Mahsa Amini.
Mahsa Amini.
Crazy story. All right. So, Originally, actually, you know what I was gonna say beforehand? You know what always makes a sandwich better?
What?
Putting it on a croissant, bro.
In a croissant.
On a croissant.
You're a croissant kind of guy.
Yeah, man. Fuck your bonjour,
Oh, oui, oui.
Yeah.
Frenchy French.
Yo, man, croissants make everything better. Everything better. You just had death in the family? Croissant. you just lost your leg? Croissant. What else?
You're lost in the Mount Everest hills with no one to rescue you, and a dog comes over with that little mug thing on his neck, and you think it's a beer, but you open it up, croissant.
That's a fucking fact right there. I was waiting for the review. That's a goddamn fact. Everything on a croissant is better, bro. Somebody said croissant. If they can't eat croissants, fuck that person. they deserve to feel bad. That's my thought. I just seen a sandwich with a croissant. So good. Oh man, so good. Anyways.
Is this about croissants?
No, not at all. I wish it was about croissants. Instead, this is about, and I'm sure you've heard of this, the Riverdale kid murder. Or Diary of a Wimpy Kid Murder Kid.
Oh, yes.
You've heard of that. And dinosaur movie murders. Ooh, haven't heard about that one.
Nah.
It's an old story. But I'm going to first cover the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I can't say it. Diary of a Wimpy Kid story.
of a Wimpy Kid.
And his name is Ryan Grantham, right? So I'm sure you know that this guy killed his mother, right? Which is crazy, right? But I'm going to go down the list.
How old is he now?
Oh, I didn't check that. That's the one thing I checked. But he's pretty young. But let me look up how old he is. Say some shit.
Because I think when I saw it, I think he was like still in his teens.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is 45 years old. That came up. He's 24 years old now.
Oh, okay.
So he's young as fuck, actually. That's kind of crazy. Well, he's an actor. And he's a kid actor and now 24. So he's had more than 30 acting credits, such as The Diary of a Wimpy Kid and The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. He's also in Riverdale, right?
I didn't know he was in Riverdale.
Oh, he's in Riverdale.
I only ever watched the first season of that.
Yeah.
Again, that show is so ass.
Fuck Riverdale.
If you like Archie, read the comics.
Yeah. If you just finished the first season of Riverdale, croissant.
Croissant.
Make your life better. So Ryan Graham, on a more serious note, he suffers from documented mental health challenges. I said that's so excitingly. He suffers from documented mental. Yeah. No, he suffers from depression, clinical depression, and it's documented mental health challenges, right? So he was recently sentenced to life in prison and will be eligible for parole after 14 years served. He pled guilty to second-degree murder. He's also banned from obtaining a firearm for the rest of his life, right? For the horrendous crime of killing his own mother in March 2020. So he was just...
Wow, this happened in 2020?
Yeah, so he was just recently sentenced, but this happened in 2020. Goes to show how long the justice system takes, right?
Was he still on Riverdale from 2020 to 2022?
That'd be crazy, but I don't think so. There's no way. Imagine, though. They're like, yo, I know he's an assole, but we got one chance.
I know, like, he's in trial right now for killing his mother, but, like, we really can't refilm these scenes.
It's like Ezra Miller. We really just need this in there, you know? We need Ryan Grantham, whoever the fuck that is. So... he killed his mom on March 31st, 2020. And his mom was Barbara Waite and was 64 years old at the time, right? He killed his mom in Squamish, British Columbia, and did so by shooting her in the back of the head as she was playing piano.
Damn.
That's fucking crazy, right? Then he drank beer and smoked weed. Like after he killed her, right?
Shaking my head,
right? Shaking my croissant. The following day, he covered his mom. He should have killed her and then gave her a croissant.
And that brought her back to life.
She's like, oh, wow, that hurt. I have a headache. But at least I have this croissant.
It's like the Snickers commercial. You're not feeling yourself. God,
he puts the croissant in the hole of the head.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so the following day, he covered his mom's body with the croissant, with the sheet and lit candles that he arranged around her body. Then he packed his car with 3 guns, 12 Molotov cocktails, and ammunition. His goal was to then kill Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at his home. But on the way, he ended up turning around after a few hours. Allegedly, he also considered carrying out a mass shooting at Simon Fraser University. He used to attend this school, but eventually decided to turn himself to the police, right? he said that it was necessary to kill his mom so she would not have to deal with the fallout of the crimes he planned to commit afterwards.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy that he would do that.
An insane thought to have.
It's crazy that he...
I don't want you to witness what I'm going to do next.
So Pulp Fiction...
What?
And then I'm not even going to do the next things. Which I'm not saying that... I'm not saying he should have killed Justin Trudeau in the mass shooting, but... Come on, man. You already killed your mom. No, I'm kidding. No, he shouldn't have done anything. But that's
crazy.
Yeah. Nah, that's actually pretty fucking just wild. And the fact that he thinks that was the best solution, like, I think honestly crying and being upset would be better than just be shot in the head as she was playing piano, bro. Like, nah, you know that guy's fucked in the head. I'm not trying to shit on his mental health. I'm just trying to say, like, that was some fucked up shit to do. Like, he wasn't mentally
he definitely deals with more than clinical depression. Holy shit.
Talk about Jeffrey Dahmer, bro. And if he's LGBTQ,
God.
we put him that tag on him. Because fuck out of here. That shit is crazy.
I love the little...
And you know where the stam's going. So, so in prison, he said that he's committed himself to rehabilitating himself in prison.
Bruh.
I know, man. I know.
Bruh.
But he's worried that he'll be the target of violent attacks and treated terribly in prison.
Oh.
Get a load of
this guy.
You don't give a croissant to this guy. He doesn't deserve a croissant. He deserves fucking... gluten-free.
You know what another prisoner should do?
What?
They should offer them a croissant, and as soon as they try and grab it,
yank it away.
Bam! Boom!
I like how you punch your head and then the kid. For the listeners, how he went to his hand and then punched the kid.
I wanted to get the sound in.
Oh, you're right. With the watchers, with the viewers. But so he said he's worried about being targeted for violent attacks and treated terribly.
What a little bitch.
Stupid little bitch, right? So he's looking at the punishment as a prison as what he agreed to, not harsh or violent treated within. Yeah, man. It's a whole shaking my head story, right? His lawyer, Chris Johnson, basic ass name, by the way.
Chris Johnson.
Hey, my name is San John Adams.
Hi, nice to meet you. I just moved in next door. My name's Chris Johnson.
Hey, I'm going to go home to my nuclear family. Driving my Nissan, whatever the fuck cars
I'll be
are.
senior at Riverdale High School.
Catch you out the bar on Friday, Jeff. All right. You know I don't drink because I'm insane. Most people that drink are insane, though, I would say. No, I'm kidding.
So you're pretty insane?
I think we're all insane.
In the membrane!
Insane in the brain! Nice. Shout out to Cypress Hills. He said that his lawyer said the plans to request that Ryan stays... he plans to request Ryan to stay in a medium security prison rather than a maximum security facility. Although
I didn't know there was a medium security prison.
Apparently
I didn't know there was a low, medium, and maximum.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's everything, bro. The final decision is honestly just left to the correctional authorities. The judge has no say in this and can only make a suggestion, right? But regularly, for anyone convicted of first or second degree murder, they are always sent to maximum security prison. So this is kind of like he's just being a pussy. Whatever. But according to Chris Johnson, the actor weighs about 100 pounds and is 5'2" tall and looks like a 17-year-old. Damn, he cut his ass, bro.
I feel that.
It's just his lawyer, bro. He just kind of shit on him, but I think he put that in for like the judges and stuff like that. But that's so pretty funny. Damn, you didn't throw in the looks like a 17-year-old, and he's also a loser.
Yo, you know what I was talking about with Lucas? But
that's crazy.
I was like, yeah, man, I feel like this girl thinks I'm lame. And he was like, nah, I don't say that. And he was like, I feel like no one would ever call another person lame.
It's funny. Imagine like you just show him your phone and she's like, no, I think you're lame.
And he was like, because Lucas has the idea that if you call someone lame, they mean it.
Oh, damn.
He's like, yo, if you call someone lame, that's deep. Like, who uses the word lame and uses it seriously? Of like, nah, you're lame.
That's like, yo, you're pretty incoherent. And you're like, oh, what the fuck, man? Like, damn, curse
I wanted to throw that in the supplementary. How bad is being called lame?
I think lame sucks when you're called it, but you don't know you're being called it. And then you find out later. That's when I think that's the worst. Because like I'm like, you're pretty lame right now. We're like, ha ha ha. And then say like later you go out to get some bud, right? And then I'm here with Brian, and then you're about to like open the door, and all you hear is, yeah, I fucking hate Javi, he's so lame. And then you're just like, Oh.
Damn, now I think you were just talking to the shark while I was gone.
Yeah, I was talking mad shit, bro. Mad shit. To my fellow haters of Javi.
Every joke contains true shit. J. Cole.
Yeah. Shout out to J. Cole. And he just comes outside rapping. I'll be so hyped. So Chris Johnson is lawyer of this bitch ass motherfucker.
Hi.
Hey, he said, my biggest concern is that he will be preyed upon by the other prisoners and perhaps abused by them. He said, we send people to prison to be both punished and rehabilitated. And so I'm hopeful that the latter can take place. We don't send people to prison so they can be punished by other prisoners. And then Johnson said, I'm just doing what I can and try to protect Grantham so he can serve out his time without incident. I forgot to mention, he will be eligible for parole after 14 years.
Okay.
But, I mean, it'd be crazy if this guy got out. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of that's a kind of like an in and out story. That's why I don't want to bring it up by itself. But what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's so funny because I sent someone a meme about this.
Oh, really?
Where it was like the headline of that, and it showed like the kid's face from when he played the character in Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
It showed the book, and the final picture was the character, like the original character from like the books.
Yeah.
And it just said Zooey Mama.
And they were like, "Oh, bad timing, bro. That's just not called right."
But it's crazy.
Yeah,
like
that's a crazy story.
I saw it, and it's just I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
And it's so clickbaity because they use Diary of a Wimpy Kid always to be like, "Oh, Diary." I call him the Diary of a Wimpy Kid Killer just because it sounds more better, much better. I mean, but I mean,
hash slinging, the mash slinging, the rash.
Yeah,
slinging.
man. I mean, imagine like just the voice of Rugrats kills 70 people. You're like, oh, it's kind of crazy, you know. So for this,
so who's being clickbaity now, Frankie?
Yeah, clickbait works.
Yo,
bitch.
Frankie, you being a little lame.
Damn, man, I'm out of here. Call my mom. Fun fact: the toilet in my house is clogged right now.
Ah, that sucks, man.
That sucks ass.
Damn. Well, how are you using the bathroom?
Thankfully, I use it at work, and I'm gonna use your bathroom.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's mad nice of you, bro. Again, mad nice treatment today, bro. I'm about to shit in your house every single day. No, but thanks.
You're just gonna hear me whispering from the door, lame.
Damn, you know I can't go when I can't go when I'm called lame.
Lame.
I just leave constipated.
Lame.
Okay, but now I got this other story because that was pretty much it. I know it was super quick story, and I was like, damn, I can't leave hobby like this, bro. What? Lame. Yeah, that's lame. So then so I thought back of this other story that I've never got to fully look into, but now we're gonna talk about Judith Barcy.
Judith Barcy.
This is back to the dinosaur murders, right? So this shit is crazy. For real. So this story revolves the movie, if you ever heard of it, The Land Before Time. Dinosaur movie? What? You never heard? What?
It sounds kind of familiar.
No way, you don't know this fucking I gotta show you.
Dinosaur movie? It sounds kind of, is it animated?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe when you see it, you'll see. But I think everybody's seen this movie. Hold on. It has these characters in it.
Yes.
Okay, so you know The Land Before Time, right? Actually, I was supposed to show you damn, this hold on, let me show you right now. Judith Barcy. I'm gonna show you a little clip. We'll take it out the thing because maybe we could show it in the thing because it's a news article. But I don't know. We don't want to risk the fucking
risk the gravy.
Facts,
risk it for the biscuit.
Facts. What the fuck? Why can't I find this? Talk some shit, Javi.
Yo, I'm gonna talk some shit because I'm feeling good.
Feeling good? How good you feeling?
I'm feeling A-okay, my guy.
Hey.
I just picked up. I got some what I pick up? I picked La Runts.
Oh, okay. That's that fancy weed, right?
It's pretty high in THC. Mm-hmm. It won Leafly's 2020 of the Year award.
Damn.
So it's supposed to be a pretty good strain.
You got that quality weed.
Got that K-quality weed.
They got that K2.
Don't say that. No.
Oh, okay. Look, so this will cut out, but look. So that voice you're hearing right now is the voice of Judith Barcy. So I'll take that out real quick. So,
oh man, what did she do?
So, so right now, if I don't know if we can put it in, probably won't. But I just showed Javi the voice of Judith Barcy, and she played in Land Before Time, a very famous movie in the 90s. The voice of a young dinosaur named Ducky. right? The movie is about dinosaurs. And since the age of 5, her mom taught her about like posture, poise, and voice, like techniques and stuff like that, right? So she was kind of like molded for Hollywood and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And she was eventually discovered by a camera crew at an ice skating rink. Within the next 5 years, she appeared in over 70 commercials and films such as Growing Pains, Jaws of Revenge, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and Land Before Time, right? That's a sequel. Land Before Time. Physically, she looked much younger than she really was, and at 10 years old, she had to receive injections to spurt her growth because she was really small, I guess. But before that, she was under severe stress, and she began to pull out her eyelashes and the whiskers of her cat. But, and I think you see where this is going. Her father was also a very angry man. Oof. And continuously threatened his family. Judith's mom, whose name is Maria, had gone to the place before and accused her husband to the police. Before and accused her husband of physically and verbally abusing her, alongside threats of her life. Right. Family friends also said that her father would talk about killing his wife or killing Judith in order to let his wife suffer. Wow. One time, Judith got a brand new kite, and when she went to go play with it, he deadass broke it into as many pieces as he could. Like, what a douchebag thing. Like, that's just mean. You know what I mean? Like, you know how...
That's lame.
That's lame. And there's, like, terrible things to do, like, you know, murder and, like, really terrible law breaks. But there are just some really mean things to do where, like, it's not illegal, but you're like, you're a douchebag. You know, like, you're just gross. So that's crazy that he would break his fucking kite and her kite. And so Judith also told family friends that she was afraid to go home because she knew her father wanted to kill her mother. Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So in May 1988, signs of extreme stress were continued for Judith, right? And she was 10, and before an audition, she began to cry hysterically and was unable to talk. So the client she was auditioning for suggested to her mom to take her to a psychologist who reported the case to Children's Services, right? Because it was severe to her. Like, she was going through a lot, and it was much more outside of just like internal media stress. It was more like family, home disruption, domestic, all that stuff. And so her mother, Maria, had plans to divorce her husband and move out the family home. But Maria ended up staying at a separate apartment, but didn't move out until after Judith's birthday in June. At the time, it was May. But on July 25th was the last time Judith was seen. She was riding her bike in the morning, but her disappearance was noticed because she missed an appointment.
This year or when?
No, like this is like in the past. This is like in 1988, around there. Okay. Right? So like the last time she was seen was riding her bike. So what happened was, after her bike ride, mind you, she's the voice of a little duck and a whole bunch of other things. After her bike ride, the father, the piece of shit person he is, his name is Joseph Barcy, shot and killed his wife, Judith, and then himself.
Jesus Christ.
She never got to attend the movies that she voiced, which were released after her death, which is kind of like, whoa, you know? And her grave includes the catchphrase of Ducky and Land Before Time. It was like, yep, 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 which was her favorite to voice. And that's just the story, man. I actually kind of hesitated even writing this story, bro, because it was just so, like, sad. And again, that's another short one, but I just wanted to go from, like, actor killing his mom, but father killing his daughter. Not for any preference, just because
that sucks. That's wow. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, it was a big buzzkill.
I mean, like I said, I thought she did something. No. The fact that she's a victim, that's awful.
And she was so little, bro. If you look at the pictures of her, she looks like I don't know if you remember from Full House, the two twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley. What? You ever watch Full House?
I don't think I ever did. What? I think I always skipped it when it was on, like, Nick at Night.
Lame. I watched it when I was a kid, and it was still a pretty good show afterwards, but more nostalgia than anything. But with the little girl, it's like Zack and Cody, but just like girls, like blonde, white people and everything. That shit was sad. That was a sad story to read. I was like, thankfully I'm not high for this, like writing the story, because I was like, this is just terrifying to me. Like, I don't like it at all. Because that happened to me with the last, like, I think 2 episodes ago with the sword. Remember the sword cutting off the lady's head? I'm starting to get these feelings where I'm like, this is just sad, bro. And, I mean, not a bad way. Like, obviously, it's sad. It's supposed to be. But they get to me a little more because it's just tragic to report on, you know? It's just an unfortunate occurrence. And this happened in the 80s, 90s around there. So.
Man, I mean, it is unfortunate. It's just like, you know, at the end of the day, it is kind of our job to report on these sorts of things, like these sort of tragedies. And I think what's important is to just sort of just get some little intro perspective on things, and just kind of like, just look at these crazy stories that are happening around and just they're morbid and they suck, but I mean, they are interesting.
Oh no, for sure, and that's why I never like hesitate to do them in general. But it's just, I think for me, and you'll see from the next story how I tell it. It isn't, I guess, the death aspect, because you know, with the Iran story, I thought that was very interesting and important because it's tragic, but it's still, to me,
someone's died in all your stories.
Yeah, they will continue to, trust me. But when it comes to like such a personal individual case, like this seemed personal. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid seems psychotic but personal. The sword, and mind you, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, some lady got her head cut off with a sword in Los Angeles, right? Or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, and her 2 kids were inside the house. They didn't see the murder, but that's crazy. You know what I mean? So I think when it's the personal level of things, it just fucks with me because it's just like somebody had to commit this crime and really just be like, you know, like I'm gonna go through with this.
You know,
like, fuck.
You know what I do like about this show? The fact that we are 2 separate people.
Yeah.
That with our own interests and things like that.
We don't just morph into one. We're just one big blob.
We are Earth, Mind, and Matter.
Listen to us. Literally. Or me. Sorry.
But we bring different stories to the table.
Definitely.
Like, you know, I bring more gaming things here and there and shit like that and whatever, or more music things here and there and shit like that. And like, you bring a lot of crime stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You bring a lot of crime. So it's just,
I like to say crime and global news. I think so. Global news, you know, because this makes me seem like a fucking weirdo. I don't care.
You love crime.
I do. But like, also, I remember the Social Security one. Like, we did an episode on Social Security and just like little things.
That's true.
I just like extensive things with details and little crime. Because I was going to do one this week on the FDA planning to change the nutrition facts label. You know, but it just didn't seem as appealing to me. Like, it was just not catching me as much.
Okay.
But I want to get back to more education on just anything. Just because I feel like, in general, it'd just be good to just help. Not just financials, which would be great because I want to do that, but just anything. You know, but these shits are spicy stories. You know what I mean? This is a... But I've always heard this Judith Brassie story forever. So it was finally... What's the word?
Getting that story out there.
Yeah. Like, satisfying to get that out. Not that her death meant that, but I mean, she died already, so whatever.
I mean, it's definitely interesting. It sucks. It's just, it's extremely unfortunate. Yeah, man. I can't believe that happened. Like, what the fuck?
But my other point was to just say, like, damn, media really fucks with people. Because aside, you know, because I know the dad was going through a whole bunch of shit, his selfish ass. But I mean, that key point of her like tearing out her eyelashes and the whiskers of her cat and being like molded for Hollywood since the age of 5. I just feel that, I mean, I think it's more prominent in the past, but definitely people still do it now. You know?
Yeah, I think of Jeanette McCurdy and her new book.
Yeah, I'm glad my mom died. My mom is dead or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Props to her, because when I hear her talking about that, she does a very good job at explaining the book, and she holds herself very well with everything. So, I mean, maybe I'll read the book one day, you know? But apparently she did go through a lot of stuff in terms of child acting and everything. I don't know if you heard anything.
I just know, like, the general idea of, like, you know, her mom kind of did a similar thing of sort of molded her for like Hollywood or just like child acting and things like that, and just that she's glad that at some point her mom died, and that's all I really know about the book. I don't know too much more than that. I
just think that do you think that it's the child actors, they were already set up like genetically and mentally to have these like say disorders or like mental incapacity to handle these situations in terms of like widespread media and outlook, and that there are some people that like just shine through it and can exist with it? And what I'm trying to say is that like, because they're children, right? What seems to be the problem? Is it truly the effect of media, or is it just some personalities are not meant to be put into the big screen or like TV screen, and that we just don't know that till way later?
I think it's the latter in that case. I think because I think a lot about this one article, which is really great, by Ta-Nehisi Coates, which is an amazing author. He wrote an article about Kanye West and
the God. No, I'm kidding.
He wrote an amazing article on Kanye West.
What the fuck is that about Kanye? Pete Davidson, Jay-Z.
And he spoke a lot about like the blackism of Kanye West and how he feels like Kanye West is sort of like ascended his blackness.
Interesting.
And just how he acts towards his community and society and things like that. And he mentions at some point in his article that he doesn't think that anyone is built for fame or anything like that, because even as an author himself, and he eventually became a comic book writer as well. He wrote Captain America.
Kanye? No, I'm kidding. Okay.
He wrote Captain America and Black Panther, both great series by him and things like that. But he wrote about how even when he got fame from his novels, that was a lot to take in for himself. And so he was definitely, his writing is more of an opinion, but it definitely speaks to his idea of that, like, even that small fame that he got from writing a New York Times best-selling novel was a little too much for him. He could only ever imagine how it could be for a person like Kanye. Yeah. And Kanye is a person that, you know, you could definitely say deals with issues. Yeah. Like from the things that he does, and that is just very explicit online and things like that. You know, he's going through shit, whatever. So it's just, I definitely fall more in the camp of that. I don't think most people are built for fame. I think fame and media and stuff like that is more damaging than anything. I think it's just like, it scares me sometimes even at this show of like, if we ever blow up, and it's like, what happens with that?
We make $1 million.
Like, no, I'm kidding. It's like, I always think about that idea of like more money, more problems.
Imagine like we get signed to some shit, and then next week we're just sitting in piles of money with like a big fur coat, and we're like, yeah, with like our cane and top hats, and we're like, yeah, anyway, so everyone gets to Earth sipping from our gold chalice.
Keanu Reeves is with us.
We got fucking strippers in cages. That's how everything's golden. And we're just, you know that pose when you're sitting uncomfortably in a pile of money. We're like, anyway, money doesn't change us. I just wipe my sweat with my $100 bills that haven't even come out yet with Kanye West on them. No, I think that as much as I think fame and all that stuff is a natural, everything humans do is a natural, and it progressively gets to that point, you know.
Well, I'm not even saying that like money and fame isn't unnatural. Yeah, but
or is.
I'm not saying that it is not. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think it's just such a change of pace for a natural state of life where I think.
But even a natural state of life is what I'm trying to say, that isn't natural. Like, in terms of what humans are supposed to be, and this is like to get a little hippie, like we really are just blobs of jelly that have a mental capacity to like outwardly, you know, expand into different areas of work. You know, like being a comic book creator and being a, you know, financial analysis. What is it? Analyst.
Yeah,
like those are the same thing because they're both professions. You know, now they're taken seriously on one scale to another, but they're still just professions. Where you look at any animal in the wild, and they're just kind of shitting and just fuck it. You get me? Like, in terms of what humans do all the time, driving cars, getting on planes, you know, like YouTube streamers, or just even this, like, we have the free will to just be. So it's not to say that it's unnormal, but just in a sense, like, unnatural to the aspects of what nature's beings truly are in the majority sense. You get me? But my whole point is this, that in terms of like fame, I try to think of that, like that basically not people. There's not a lot of people meant for fame, and I think that there are a lot of people that are, because then we think of people like William Shakespeare, or like Mozart, or like all these people in the past that were huge. You get me? Like, or like just Hitler. You get me? These people gain a notoriety, right, of just existing because of what they do or create or be. I'm not praising Hitler, first of all. I'm just saying.
I think what is different too, like even at those examples, is the time period where, like, again, it kind of comes down to sort of like most things in this day and age, the internet.
Yeah,
I think like. Maybe you look at a person like William Shakespeare. Sure, they were probably the hottest shit out at that time, but like, how much fan mail did William Shakespeare get?
Everything's relevant, no? Like, you don't understand. Like, I agree with you, because definitely lower scale for sure. But in terms of like life experience, like, we only know what the internet has shown us now, which was vast even like 10 years ago. But in terms of like comparing what William Shakespeare's fame was to the past levels of fame, like, oh, the milkman is prominent because of this, and 3 people know him, and it's like, whoa, 3 people know him. You get me? Like, again, everything's relative, right? So that being said, with his level of fame, it's just as big for him being as big as he is now. And maybe he wasn't as like praised as we praise him now, but he still was huge. So I was gonna say, like, even with Kanye West, like, this is somebody who grew up like way before a lot of the stuff that exists now, especially Instagram and stuff like that, or like social media. So that he had to traverse a lot of time to be who he is now. And although he shows this distress and stuff like that, he's somebody who's able to manage the fame. I won't say well, but just manage it. You get me? Because people always forget this, but there's people alive right now that are not so old that were alive when the internet came out. Mm-hmm. You get me? Like, the internet is not like 50s, 60s. I'm pretty sure, like, what is it, Al Gore or something like that came out with the internet? He didn't come out with the internet, but let me see.
I think the internet came out in like the 50s or 60s.
Think so?
I think so.
I don't know, man. Let's see. The internet came out 1983.
83. Okay.
That's crazy, right? So like before 83, there was none of this. And even with the internet, it was so slow. You remember AOL? Mm-hmm. You know how slow it was and everything with the discs and everything. So, I mean, just that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kanye was born before 1983. Let me see when Kanye was born so I can make my like. I mean, he's not the only one, but Kanye was born in 1977. So he was well off 19 already when the internet was out. Mm-hmm. So these are early stages. So my whole point of this, I think, is that we can do whatever. We're human beings. But I'm saying for kid actors in general, the ones that make it out are like kind of the outliers that shine more than the ones who kind of suffer. Because when you're a child actor, you only have that level of fame unless you exist way further. Like, again, like Zach and Cody, like, what is it? Cole and Dylan Sprouse. Like, they're like the shining spirits of kid acting. You get me? They make it look like easy.
I mean, I've even seen stories about like one of them having like a coke problem or something like that.
I don't doubt it.
So it's just, I think the reality is that one is victim everyone is kind of victim to having their vices and whatever.
Oh yeah, but that's human though. I don't think that that's not famous. That's human for vices and stuff.
I mean,
you can have a coke problem and just be a normal motherfucker.
No, of course, but I think with fame, there's more of an exposure to those sorts of things,
or an access.
There's an easier use of access to those sorts of things, and so especially as a child actor, I feel like you lose your innocence as a child actor much early on than you would to a normal child.
I can agree with that, even though like my gut is like, I don't know, but I think you can, because you're much more susceptible to these things because the stress. The stress is definitely higher when you're a child actor because you're getting this criticism and this praise on both scales. You get me? And you always will until you get older. And then I just think of like Steve Urkel. You know how like you can always look at that guy, but he's always Steve Urkel. Or Carlton. He's always Carlton, and he tries to be this other person, and he's his own self. Alfonso, I forgot his name is, whatever. But like we all want to see Carlton. I remember I saw this
do the dance.
Yeah. I saw this a post on Instagram where he was at a golf tournament, right? And they were like, they made him do the dance, or maybe he chose to do the dance on his own. And
apparently he likes doing the dance.
I heard. So that's a good thing. But I saw a lot of comments being, and only he could speak for himself. But a lot of comments were like, "Damn, imagine being this old and just always doing the dance and this and that, and always being a part of that, and only being known for that." You get me? Same thing with Steve Urkel. Like, you know who Steve Urkel is, right? Mm-hmm, yeah. So like, just always being. I still look at Steve Urkel like he does not change to me. Like I still like, did I do that? Like he's still that to me. And not because he is not his own person, because of TV though. And there's a lot of people like that. You get me? Drake just did it amazingly with the music career. You get me? I'm not the biggest fan of Drake, but he was smart with his decisions. But he's not the only one. It's in there, the same thing. And
I only like old school Drake. I'm one of those haters.
Me too, man. I actually Drake's first album is my favorite album.
I'm one of those old school haters. I'm just like...
I don't hate new Drake. I just think his new Drake is for people that think they have money.
I feel like new Drake is just for those people that think that they're woke.
Nah, I think people that listen to Drake do not even understand what like the three branches of government are. I just think they. I think.
Well, I mean woke in like the sense like just fucking. I think we're on
like
the same page.
Like Andrew Tate. Woke?
Yeah, like I think we're on the same page.
I agree.
But it's just shit like that. Like,
but Drake does make good music. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying there's a certain wave of audience of Drake listeners that I'm like, just shut the fuck out, bro. Like, come on, like you don't live.
One of my favorite Drake songs, "Congratulations."
Well, how's that go? I don't remember how it goes.
Oh fuck! Shit. How does it go?
Congratulations.
It's not even on Spotify. I was.
You
gonna
sure it's
pull
called
it up
Congratulations?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it is Congratulations. Well, I don't know the song, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's an old song from Drake.
Wait, Congratulations, Drake. Drake?
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck? Well, I see it here, but I never heard it. But I believe you.
It's a good song.
I believe you. Okay. I mean, I just like his. I think it's called first album. What is it? And again, I don't hate on him because like of his audience, because like there's a lot of his audience. I mean, he is very mainstream. He is very huge. Thank Me Later. Like I like that album very much. It was very young when he did that. But I don't know. I just think. I mean, fame is how you handle it and the resources you're giving to handle it. And I think it's interesting to see how people who came from poverty handle fame compared to people who've always been with money. You get me? Because maybe at times people that came up in poverty appreciate fame more. Maybe there's this lack of like realization of the world. That's why it's always interesting to see like famous actors who have a lot of money or just any celebrity say like they won't spoil their kid. Like Jackie Chan said he won't give his kid money, and other actors. And I'm always
Same
like,
for Daniel Craig.
yeah, and I'm always like, just stop being a dickhead, bro. Just don't. Why would you do that to your child? Like you can't force this education of not having money. It's like, hey man, I'm not giving you money when you're older. Now get in the Bentley. It's like, what the fuck? Like you I feel that if you have a lot of money, just show your kid that. But I just think education is empowering, but you're still always gonna be that, and you can't take that away. You know, unless you send them off to like a third world country to be living it. But then even then, your identity is kind of like confuzzled. Yeah, you know. So I don't know.
I mean, definitely an interesting conversation to have.
For
like,
sure.
I especially feel bad for children that have to go through fame.
Yeah.
Like I feel like at such an early age where you are still developing and stuff, going through fame is such I'm sure a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And I praise who can I think of? Like Macy Williams. She's pretty good. She was Arya Stark in Game of Thrones.
Okay. I haven't watched it yet though.
Like she was pretty young when she got casted, and like now she's like of age and things like that and whatever. And like I feel like she's handled her fame pretty well.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of maybe another child actor that's like did pretty okay.
Trying to also, but I can't think of nothing.
You know, it's not like it's not doable.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think fame is more damaging than not.
Yeah.
And it scares me sometimes. So a part of me is always like, I hope we don't become famous.
But I hope we make $1 million.
Because I don't know. I feel like I even just saying this, I feel like it's sort of arrogant or whatever. But I feel like I consider myself kind of a humble person.
Get a load of this guy.
I know.
Humble McGee over here.
I know.
Sorry, we're not as humble as you are.
Humble brag.
Jeez.
But I don't know. I feel like I don't really define myself on where I've come from.
Yeah.
I just define myself as who I am.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I think fame is just a very scary thing.
No
and
doubt.
I don't know how I would ever react to it.
Well, fuck that. Maybe we'll never be famous. So we'll just stick to shooting good old episodes for our 3 listeners.
Thanks, Lauren.
Shout out to you, Lauren. You loyal person. I was gonna say something dumb. But ho. I was gonna say ho, but you're not a ho. It's just a funny word to say after ho. Like, you loyal ho. You know, I call Brian a ho. I call Slime a ho. So say ho is a good thing. She's like, this motherfucker really just called me a ho. But we love your support, and we do love anybody's support. That's for real.
Of course.
I was gonna say one thing, but man, I cannot think of what I was gonna say.
What the fuck were you gonna say, Frankie?
What the fuck is a sesame? And then yeah, man. But that's pretty much those 2 topics. And yeah, fucking
Nice, man. And we're going.
going. All right. So what was I gonna say? Fucking the Disney Plus password and email.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it super fast, right?
Say it super fast.
All right, there you go.
Cool.
I'll say it again. Slime. All right, that's it. What you get.
That's all you get.
So you can
That's all
slow
you
it
get.
down. You hear it. Now I could not do it because I'm gonna do it on the next episode. If somebody hears this and tells me to say it on the episode, I will do it. I will do it. All right. That's my test for you guys. If you listen this far, free Disney Plus, all on Slime, guaranteed. So my last story. You know, it's funny. I didn't even tell you the stories before the show started. This is the first time we just kind of went on.
Yeah.
Nice. So my last story, and this happened recently, is the Indonesia soccer riot. I don't know if you heard about this. All right. This is crazy. So that could be crazier. All right. So on Sunday night in Indonesia, my phone is slowly turning. Let me put this right here. Okay. Boom. Stop being dumb, phone. All right. No more shenanigans. All right. On Saturday night in Indonesia, there was a soccer game between the home team Arema and Persebaya Surabaya in Kanjuruhan Stadium.
God damn.
These fucking words today are crazy, man. So Arema was the home team and they lost, right? And the fans rushed the field after the loss. It got so hectic that the police ended up firing tear gas, which caused even more panic. FIFA, whose soccer's global governing body, prohibits the use of tear gas. Eyewitnesses said that the gas was occasionally fired into the stands and caused the crowd to rush the exits, creating immense crowding. Indonesia's Legal Aid Foundation said, quote, the excessive use of force through the use of tear gas and inappropriate crowd control was the cause of the large number of fatalities. East Java police, who were on the field and present during the game, defended the use of tear gas, quote, because of the anarchy, end quote. He stated that the fans were about to attack the officers and had already damaged cars. And in the video that's shown, there's dead ass is a car that's like fucking destroyed. And there was a lot of riot. There's a lot of video and photos showing this. One of the biggest causes of trouble was the overcapacity at the stadium. And mind you, this is all Indonesia. The stadium had a 38,000 person capacity, but the soccer committee printed 42,000 tickets.
Bruh.
That's 4,000 more than it should have been. And this is all according to Indonesia's coordinating minister for political, legal, and security affairs. Although no one died to beatings or mistreatments from the police, a lot of victims died because of the stampede, which caused them to suffocate while they were being trampled. Sounds like Black Friday in America. You get me? The Soccer PT Liga Indonesia Baru suspended play for a week for the team and offered condolences in a statement. PSSI, the national governing body for soccer, appears to blame the fans of Arema Club, saying, quote, it regrets the actions, end quote, of the fans. But they're going to conduct an investigation afterwards, which is pretty shitty to say because it's like, how you blaming the fans, which they shouldn't be, storming the field and all that shit in the first place. But it's kind of crazy that they would sell 4,000 more tickets in general. And it's still shitty to blame the fans for that. But obviously they want to see blamed is.
Yeah, like they're just trying to save their own ass is what it seems like more than anything.
Yeah, man. Indonesia does have a history of violent and deadly rivalries between the teams where people have died. Flares are thrown on the field and riot police are regularly there since the 1990s. But in this case, 125 people have died in the riot and 300 people had been injured.
God damn.
And this is all for soccer. So I always hear like Brian and everybody else that watches soccer tell me like people take that shit seriously. And there's a whole bunch. And it's definitely because there's countries on the line and this and that, or just in general. And there's a whole bunch of other teams. And one thought that came to my brain, my good old brain, was that like in UFC, from what I heard, I'm sure there's fights amongst the crowd members, like one or two. I'm sure there always is in baseball and football, especially with the Yankees and stuff, but all around the country. But I don't really see riots happening with those sports compared to soccer.
I think it's because soccer is like the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah, it has to be.
I think it is, like, legitimately. I think
right.
It's so international. Like, over any other sport, I think soccer is like the biggest sport in the world. Yeah. And so it's just that fandom really is real. That fandom is intense.
And if it's just like, imagine those are just rivalry teams within Indonesia, but imagine like World Cup shit, like you're watching Mexico play in Mexico or Brazil and this and that, and it intensifies. So you're right. It's crazy to me. I remember a while back we were talking about like the stands caving in from the stadiums and stuff because there's so much people jumping up and down. And I mean, there's been first person, perspective of people like, like you could see the floor bending, and that shit is scary. So, I mean, 42,000 people, man, that's terrifying.
That's a lot of people.
And so because this happened not too long ago, I think on Saturday, that's pretty much it for that. But the fact that there's 125 people dead is still pretty crazy.
It is. And like, who's to blame for that? Like, how can you put blame for that?
Yeah, man, I didn't think about that.
Because it's like, on one hand, fucking, it is kind of legitimate to say that it does kind of come down to the people who did start storming the exits and things like that. But on the other hand, you guys also did sell another 4,000 tickets on top of that extra than what should have been.
And given the history, what are the plans to like prevent that from happening? Like, is this your best way to even though FIFA says not to use tear gas, you still use tear gas?
Yeah, so it's just like you guys had an improper response to this. And who's to say that that's the reason that people died? Because we don't know what could have been if they didn't throw tear gas. We don't know if they didn't throw tear gas, that the people still would have stormed the exits. Yeah. So realistically, it's so hard to put blame on anyone because it's like, just kind of seems like there's faults on all ends. Yeah,
it's just shit. This I will say truly, it's a shitty situation. First of all, the one thing I will also say is that nobody should die for watching a sport.
No.
And I get that's a sensitive issue because some people really, again, like soccer being such a big sport in the world and people being such big fans. But still, man, just like being at a sport event, like people are with their families. I don't know if you heard about this. I'm sure like Brian told you or whatever, but in Mexico, there was a certain game that happened where like just crazy shit went down. And I think it was just gang members within the seats or something. No. And there was a bunch of violence shown. Plenty of people got killed. A lot of people got hurt. Man. There was this footage of some guy like basically on the floor, like unconscious, or like he was like close to like losing consciousness, and the people just ripped off his clothes, and he was just naked on the floor, and he was just getting hit in the face and everything, and plenty of people died, and it's just terrifying, bro. Because that's in Mexico. That's a different country. Who's to say? It's people were visiting and stuff like that, and you could see just fights everywhere break out throughout the stadium. So it's a sad occurrence, and that didn't really have to do with the game, I think. Who knows? But that really just was internally through just, gang robbery and stuff like that. So that shit's scary, man.
It is.
That shit's scary as fuck. So
fuck.
Yeah, bro. And so now, any last comments on that?
I don't know. I feel like all I gotta say is like it fucking sucks. It's like no one should have to die for a sport. Yeah. No one should have to get any injuries from a sport, from going to watch a sport at least is what I mean. Yeah. But it's just like, and again, to repeat myself, doesn't seem like there's not a singular person to blame for this. Yeah. It seems like there's just kind of faults on all ends.
Yeah. And just humanity type shit.
Yeah, because I'm kind of reminiscent of Astroworld.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that one concert that I brought up that happened back in like the 70s or 80s for a certain rock group, where people had stormed like the entrances and whatever, and no one was alerted about that until after the show.
Wasn't it like Led Zeppelin or some shit like that?
I think it was The Who.
Oh, The Who. Yeah, probably.
I think it was The Who.
Yeah, but it was like in the 70s. I might be mistaken.
Like 70s or 80s. Yeah. But I'm reminiscent of both of those things where it's like, you can't really just blame the players. You can't blame like FIFA, like just solely being like, this is your fault that this happened.
Because it isn't entirely one person's fault here.
Like you have to also think about the fact that who are you in an emergency? Are you a fight or flight type of person?
True. And a lot of people fleeing were trampled. Like a lot of those exits were just kind of like fucking them and crowded. And I can't imagine in Black Friday or even this just getting trampled to death, bro. That's gotta be so scary.
There's a scene in Game of Thrones where a certain character that starts to happen to, where they're getting trampled in a war, in a battle.
Oh wow!
And the way that the camera work and stuff does it, where the camera just pulls up slowly while that character is just there, like grasping for air, and they're just getting trampled by all these people in this battle. Christ. And finally, that character like pulls himself out, and it's the most like anxiety-inducing thing. Yeah. But when they finally pull themselves out, you're like, "Oh my fucking god!"
I can't imagine going through that shit. Yeah, man. Jesus Christ, bro! Nah, I can't believe people did that over like PS3s. You get me,
man?
Just workers on the floor and just these sales that aren't even that good, man. I don't know. People are fucking ridiculous.
Apparently, President's Day is the best day to get sales. Anyways.
Is it really?
Apparently,
makes sense. Well, the havoc presidents have calls in their own personal lives. You feel me? I'm talking to you, Bill Clinton. Yeah, blowjobs in the office. You dirty bastard.
I didn't do it.
That sounds like more like a Family Guy character. Hey man, I'm just, man, just blowjobs are cool.
Blowjobs are cool, man.
Giggity. So because that story was so short, and thankfully, like again, if I can't find enough for the one story, I'll bridge off the other. Now this shit is crazy. So what I found is that there's been other games like this, but the one I want to talk about in particular is one that happened in Peru.
Okay.
So one of the last times death tolls have reached triple digits of a soccer game was Peru on May 24th, 1964.
Okay.
Argentina and Peru were competing for a chance to play in the Olympic Games in Tokyo. At the time, Argentina was up 1-0, and there were 2 minutes left on the clock. In soccer, usually there's 90 minutes in regular time, with additional minutes being added at the 90th minute, and the amount of minutes added is decided by the referee. Mm-hmm. So there could be like 94 minutes, 96, 92, depending on the play, right? But within the 2 minutes, a Peruvian player ended up scoring a goal, right? This is in Peru. So everybody's going batshit crazy to tie up the game. We're about to go to the Olympics, or at least tie up and have a chance to go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right? But the referee, Angel Pasos of Uruguay, nullified the goal because of a rough play by Peru.
Huh.
Crazy. And so the crowd booed, and 2 fans leapt over the barrier and attacked the referees.
God damn.
Yeah. They were quickly arrested by a light 40 policemen. So kind of how the U.S. handles black men in the States. You get me? Just let's get 50 cops on one man. The crowd protested the call angrily, and the referee suspended the rest of the game due to the tenacity of the situation and lack of police presence. Right?
Oof.
Which made the crowd even angrier, of course, and led the fans jumping over the wire fences that surrounded the field. The players and referee managed to run for a ramp under the stadium, and they were able to leave unharmed because of a small group of police that rushed them into a steel-doored locker room from beneath the stadium. So they barely got away, but when they did, they got on buses, which ended up taking them to the city. But within the havoc in the stadium, officers on horseback tried to guide the crowd towards exits, but ran into rioters. And when they ran into the rioters, they tried to disperse them, in the process.
Mm-hmm.
There was 45,000 people at that game. So this is 3,000 more than the last one we talked about.
Yeah.
And every single window in the stadium was broken. Dogs were also released, and at least 4 people were killed by police bullets.
Oof.
Other officers fired shots in the air and threw tear gas grenades, which worsened the situation and caused more panic. Rioters overturned benches, they hurled stones and bottles at the police, and they set a part of the stadium on fire.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. A lot of the exits in the stadium were also locked, and fans were trampled and asphyxiated in the process due to people rushing to exits in order to avoid the tear gas. So they're just kind of like trapped animals at this point. They got tear gas thrown at them, their exits are locked, and people are just crushing other people. What's worse is that malicious people took advantage of the situation and basically looted watches, rings, and wallets from the deceased and injured.
Wow.
It's fucking wild, man. In Lima, Peru, a bus, several cars, and 2 office buildings, and a brick factory were set on fire. Thankfully, it was handled quickly because the firemen were already in the area, so the damage was minimal. But the dead and injured were transferred through a multitude of vehicles to the hospital and temporary morgues. But rioters still crowded the areas they were taken to, aka the hospital and the morgues, and they were chanting revenge and down with the police.
Wow.
Imagine that, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man. That shit must have been crazy. So others went
God damn, they really escalated.
yeah, bro. For, again, soccer, which again, I'm not shitting it because it is a World Cup appearance too. But that's wild, man. Others went to the national police in order to get the president at the time, Fernando Belaunde Terry's attention and protest police brutality and try to get the soccer match to be declared as a tie. So they were like, yo, bro, we still want this tie. So the riots occurred.
It's for the game.
It's for the name of the game, man. I'm trying to go to Tokyo. I was going to say. So riots were happening in Peru in general due to soccer, but they rarely happen in Peru. So in response to this, the government declared a state of emergency and suspended constitutional guarantees for citizens for 30 days so they could investigate the riot, which is kind of wild, man.
Yeah.
To suspend constitutional guarantees or rights is fucking crazy. But
It's like the government shutting down for a week.
it's like they can do that. That day, 300 people were killed.
Holy shit.
300 people were killed and 500 people were injured.
Oh my God.
That's more than half. That's more than half of the first thing we talked about. That's 300
fucking
people
crazy.
at a
What the
soccer
fuck?
game, bro. At a soccer game. Yeah, when I read this one, it was like when I read the Judah Brassi story. I was like, yo, are you fucking kidding me, man? That's so many people, again, for a ball. And it's not the shit on the game, it's the shit on the player. No, I'm kidding. It's the shit. It's just terrible, bro. It's just so unnecessary and just sad and disastrous, bro.
That's disgusting.
300 people in Peru on 1964. And yeah, it's just crazy article.
People, get better.
Get better, people, especially for soccer. Come on, fight for something else. The last few things I have here are just random situations where things have happened. So the largest mass disaster caused by panic in recent years took place in India in 1954, when 350 persons were reported to have been killed during a Hindu religious rite on the banks of a sacred river.
Huh.
So that's not sports, but it's like, a religious thing.
Yeah.
In Italy, one spectator was killed and 89 were injured after 2 soccer games played in Naples and Salerno. Riots at Italian sporting events are not unusual, however, although fatalities are rare, right? But from time to time, riots have broken out in the country at sporting events. At Roosevelt Raceway last year, which is 1963, because this is when the article was written, disgruntled horse players battled the police and attempted to set fire to the grandstand.
God damn.
15 persons were injured and 1 man died of a heart attack.
What the fuck?
So one guy was like, I can't take this.
Oh, my stars and garters.
Yeah. Like everybody's dying like a really crazy stuff. And he's like, my poor heart. I literally can't take this.
That poor guy. God damn.
Like nobody even touched him. Like he was just in the bathroom. He just heard a noise. He was like,
God damn. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, he didn't go out like a warrior, to be honest. Yeah, but I mean, again, that's pretty much it for this stories. I know they're kind of quick and stuff, but that happened so recently and there's still updates now. Nothing really outside just who lost who and just the effect it has on sports. But I just think that the response by sport organizations are very interesting, because I'm sure there will be, but the accountability for selling 4,000 more tickets in max capacity definitely should be looked upon. And a week suspension is not enough. Like that doesn't say condolences. That just says, hey, we got
prayers
money to make.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Yeah,
thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, but we got money to make, So I don't know how they're gonna handle that situation, but it just seems unfair, unjust, and sincere.
Yeah.
From the sporting aspect of things. So it's wild, man. But again, like I'm sure there is, but I've never seen a story where it's like, at a boxing ring where Muhammad Ali is and stuff. And my thought is just maybe people are getting so much violence on their own. I know for sure it's a fact that when humans witness violence, they're more prone to commit violence. Like, that's for sure a thing. But I've never heard a story where this many people died at like MSG watching like a boxer box another one. And maybe I just haven't looked into it, which I would like to because it's interesting. But this seems like a soccer regular thing, whether it's the stands falling or people rioting.
I mean, I think it just kind of comes down against the popularity of it. I think when you have that many people involved, like maybe at that point something bad is bound to happen. Like maybe when you just have 45,000 people, was it?
Yeah, 45,000 people was Peru, but 42,000 was Indonesia instead of the 38 that they were required to have for capacity.
So it's even in a situation like that, it's like maybe that many people that are so passionate about a sport shouldn't be in the same room together.
Maybe, but that's the whole point of having them there, though,
Like it. Yeah, it is. And then it's hard. It's difficult to say if you should put boundaries on that, because then are you going to just not let certain people go to watch their favorite sport?
No, they would never stop that. Money is king. They would never, ever stop that.
So it's really difficult. It's just kind of like, how do you deal with something like this? Like, how do you judge a person that could possibly lose their shit at a soccer game?
I don't know. To me, I don't know. I mean, to me, like the real tragic outcome would be to lock off all fans from being able to because they're streaking and stuff. Like people run on the field and everything, and they kind of you know what streaking is, right? So there's that, and I think the next level of protection would just be just put a blockade, like a clear, like a coronavirus protection screen,
like in hockey
just
or something
around the whole arena. Yeah. And that would suck because people would hate that. But I feel if these things keep happening, some people will implement it. I know baseball does it, but not for that reason, just to protect fans from getting hit by a ball. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That shit is crazy. But that'll be interesting. And of course, I mean, I don't know, man. I also think another aspect could be the betting aspect.
The betting aspect. What do you mean?
So for Peru, this is definitely like fired up because of the World Cup situation, because that's huge. Only 4 years.
Oh, the betting aspect,
but the betting as gambling and stuff.
Okay, I was saying BEDDING. I was like, what does this have to do with sleep?
They're all sleepy. No, but like I feel with this one, it isn't that, but the other ones, it could be also. I mean, not really, because the first Indonesia one was like home team. I feel like when it comes to like boxing rings and stuff like that, man, I can't imagine. Floyd Mayweather like is rich and he's never lost a boxing match, but I'm sure like he could have like tripled, quadrupled his money if one of his fights, like in the midst of his like no losing streak, just like bet like $600 million on himself to lose. Because when you have odds are against your, like when your odds are against your favor, you win the most money.
Yeah.
So he would have probably made like billions of dollars.
Billions, yeah.
Just right, probably. And you probably would have got caught. I don't think you could bet on yourself, but you can definitely find like different routes to do it. But I mean, he probably wanted the glory over that. He still has a lot of money regardless. But there is a lot of corruption in those sports, man, and it really is true. There's a lot of corruption in sports, especially boxing.
It's upsetting. And I always come down to this idea of like sports is kind of like a modern day slavery.
Oh yeah, how so?
It's just like we're just paying people to like perform at their best like performance.
True. Paying them pretty well though. Slaves are pretty jealous of this type of slavery. I think all contracts are a form of slavery though. Like I don't think just for sports. I think all contracts. No matter what.
Just kind of comes down to like capitalism is slavery.
Yeah, but
modern day slavery.
But in a different definition to like a black person in racist segregated America. You get me? Like I think black people back then would rather be what we determine as a modern day slave to capitalism than the opposite.
No, I mean without a doubt.
But we're all slaves to everything. Even like people higher up are slaves to themselves. Like, which is again, no disrespect to the old slaves. Shout out to them. But like, like I'm not disrespecting nothing, but it's weird, man. Definitely playing for money or being contracted to play for a certain amount of years and obligated to abide that is, weird.
To essentially become a spectacle for people to watch for years to come.
But there's also a lot of ego to it too. You know what I mean? Like, you're not.
It kind of comes down to the conversation that we were already having about fame. How do you deal with fame as a certain celebrity or even an athlete?
I think with athletes it's different though, just because they don't have to feed into that fame as much if they don't want to. But it also just change like depending how big they are. But some athletes really do love the spotlight. I mean, a lot of them do. They're athletes.
I mean, fucking LeBron James in that game, Multiverses.
Yeah, he's obsessed with the spotlight, bro. He's obsessed with the spotlight.
He's like, look at me, I'm LeBron James. Hey.
But he also came up when he was like he came out of high school to the NBA, which is crazy, But people like Tom Brady, and I feel like they handle it well because they don't have to make so much effort in terms of their appearance. They just have to be themselves. Which is this, iffy thing because they're playing for the camera. Mm-hmm. For the most part, like the definition of themselves is their ability to play.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Should be crazy. Should be crazy.
Should be pretty crazy, my guy.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, those are my 3 stories.
Was that 3 or 4?
Oh, that was 4. I actually have a 4th one, which is the Russian school shooting.
So that would be your 5th one.
That would be my 5th one. I'll go through that one real quick because honestly, it's not that spicy, even though it's very sad. But let me go through that very, very quickly because it's so short, right? So first 5-story episode. Ooh, okay. Technically, it was 6 because there was 2 to the death.
That's true.
6-story episode. I'll go through this pretty fast though. So a mass shooting occurred in central Russia city of these fucking names today. Izhevsk. In which the capital of the Udmurt Republic, a region in central Russia, west of the Ural Mountains. The school it occurred in was School 88, and the shooter went by the name of Arden Kazanstev. He was 34 years old. He was a local resident, and as well as Wimpy Kid person, Ryan Grantham, he was a former student of the school he shot up. So he shot up a school 88 that he formerly went to. He's also registered with the...
Damn, he must have had some bad times there. Yeah, holy shit.
Honestly. But he was also registered in a psychoneurological clinic. The total death toll was 17, including 11 children, a school security guard, and 2 school teachers. 23 people were also injured, including 20 children. And when he went in, he wore a T-shirt with the red swastika on it. Some children he shot up were as young as 7 years old.
Oof.
And in response, police ran upstairs with pistols. A 7-year-old jumped out the third floor to escape the shooting and broke his leg, which is crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Like everything is crazy, but to think about like a 7-year-old like saying like I'm either gonna die or jump out the window, I'm jumping out the window.
That's some crazy flight right there.
Fucking props to that kid.
Holy shit.
Like, that's some motherfucker that did not want to die. But it also is like terrifying to pull that out of a kid. Like they never should experience that. Still think it's pretty badass.
That motherfucker should be riding a bear of Vladimir Putin.
That guy is John Wick. The shooter ultimately caused his and then he killed himself. Next to his body were ammunition magazines piled on a desk with the word hatred written on it with red paint. He also had 2 pistols that were near his body with braided cords with the words Dylan and Eric on it. And this was in reference to the Columbine shooting done by Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. They killed 13 people in the Columbine shooting. One of the most prominent school shootings in America before all these big ones, which are all huge. Apparently, one of Putin's goals is to eliminate Nazis from Eastern Ukraine. He refers to the elected government in Kyiv as a Nazi regime. And these are just other shootings that have happened in Russia, even though they're not as common as America, which is sad to say. Just over a year ago, an 18-year-old university student, Timur Bekmansurov, killed 6 people and wounded 47 at Perm State University. In May last year, Ilnaz Galyaviv, 21, killed 9 people at a school in Kazan, Tatarstan, including 7 children. And in 2018, a 4th-year student at Kerch Polytechnic College, Vladimir Rozlyakov, killed 21 people and injured 67 in Russia's worst school shooting.
God damn.
Yeah.
Just last year?
In 2018.
2018.
And May last year was the other person, Ilnaz Galyaviv. And after these shootings, and before this recent shooting, in response to the craze, Russian government tightened gun ownership laws. So they're like, chill the fuck out. But even then, man, that's just crazy. Even for the 5 we just heard. I mean, man, that's got to be one of the scariest situations to ever be in. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'd be worried about that shit all the time, bro. Like, it's not that it's like it's so prone to happening to us, but definitely there's a higher chance of it happening now than ever. And it's scary, man. I think about that all the time whenever I go anywhere, bro. And I mean,
even hearing that just makes me think about how, like, you know, my ethnocentric ass thinks of like all the shootings that happen in America and shit like that. But realistically, this shit is happening all across the world.
Yeah, man. And it's super fucking terrifying. And I hope none of us, anybody listening, or anybody in general from here on out, which is wishful thinking, but just to never have to go through that. But just, you never know. You never fucking know. And it's fucking scary.
Upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But those are my 6 stories. Yeah, man. But now we're up to the A.M.C. section.
A.M.C. section.
A.M.C. And we're moving on. We're just going forward.
Up to you.
I'm with it. All
right.
And so for today's A.M.C. section is a very interesting movie, I'll say. And we're up to the movie section. We do albums, movies, and comics. And today's movie we're talking about is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And what a movie it is. What a movie.
It's definitely something.
And I don't even know where to begin. I have some facts here for it, but off the bat, like, so what are some of your thoughts? What are your first impressions on the movie before, like, you in the first 5 minutes of watching and stuff?
Okay. Well, first, did you want to keep the live going?
Oh yeah, my bad. Let me take this shit off. Boom. All right, continue.
But from like the first 5 minutes, I was just kind of like, this is a weird movie immediately. And I'll just say in general.
What's up?
With this movie, this is the first movie that we've done on this show that I haven't liked.
Really?
I didn't like this movie.
Oh, man. Damn. All right, well, that's cool. I mean, of course. But
first thing in the A.M.C. section that I've never liked.
Yeah?
That's
interesting. Okay.
I knew we'd get here one day, and I didn't think it was going to be this movie, but I didn't like this movie.
Okay, all right. So what were your first impressions from the beginning?
I just thought it was pretty random and pretty weird. And like it was really difficult for me to watch.
Okay.
Because I was falling asleep watching this because I was like, I was genuinely bored watching this movie.
Okay.
Like
Interesting.
And I had to rewatch like the first half of it because I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on in this movie.
Okay.
And even
Did you put subtitles on?
yeah.
Okay, good.
And even
I needed some
after
subtitles.
and even after rewatching it, I was still just kind of like, yo, what the fuck is the point of this movie?
Okay.
And I didn't like it. I
Okay.
wasn't a fan of it.
All right. I mean, I can't blame you. You gotta have your opinion and stuff. And I personally fucking love this movie. I've never seen this movie before, by the way, either. Like I've never like somebody gave me the DVD like of this movie and like Shaun of the Dead. So they definitely have some good taste and stuff like that. But I've had this movie sitting on my desk forever, right? And I just needed a movie to pick, and I was like, let me pick this one. Let me just figure it out, you know? And so off the bat, when it comes to the movie, let me just give you the facts that we have here. If I can pull out my facts, because I have them so all over the place. God damn it.
Where them facts at, Frankie?
I hope I fucking find them, bro, because they don't seem like they're here. No, but I will say this. Off the bat, I felt like this movie in the beginning was confusing me too. But I think one big point in this movie, if you're trying to find the point, which there really is, and the aspect of this is the American dream. This is written off Hunter S. Thompson's book, Fear and Loathing, if I'm not mistaken, and I have the name and everything here too. But it has to do with the American dream and the depth of it that lies within one of the most excessive consumption of everything, which is in Las Vegas: gambling, drinking, prostitute, everything, you know. But without even looking into everything else, I just really thought that this movie was very fun and just weird. 100% weird for sure. You get me? It has Johnny Depp as I forget the guy's name and everything.
Buck?
But I think Google. But let me look up the cast and everything because the names I forget all the time. But I got you right here. So Johnny Depp is Raul Duke and Benicio del Toro is Dr. Gonzo. But I thought it was the other way around. I thought Benicio del Toro was Johnny Depp's character, Raul Duke, and that Johnny Depp was Gonzo, the attorney. But right here I have fuck man, I gotta organize my shit so much because I did a lot of research in this, but not really to like, how can I say? I didn't want to look up in this movie so much to be like, oh, here are the facts and here are this and that. I just kind of wanted to talk about it because I thought it was very interesting. But my notes aren't here, so just give me some more thoughts about the movie you have.
I mean, I just immediately off the bat, I was just kind of like, I don't really get what this movie's about. Like off the bat, like they have this idea of that they're gonna do something like a hit or something like that on a certain person in a hotel or a casino in Vegas. And then from there, the movie just kind of goes off the rails. Yeah. And it just becomes about these two guys just basically tripping the whole time on all sorts of drugs. Yeah. And that's the whole movie. It's just like them just tripping on different types of drugs and Johnny Depp just narrating throughout the movie. Usually, I love narration movies.
I think it was Hunter S. Thompson that was narrating, but I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, either way, I usually love narration movies. I'm not saying I didn't love the narration in this movie, but it didn't add much to me for this movie. I was just kind of like, okay, you know what? I'll say that like the narration was probably my favorite part.
Okay.
Because again, I love narration movies, but nice. I feel like that was kind of like the saving grace for me for anything. Where it's just like that's what kept things somewhat coherent. Okay. But even still, I was just confused half the time. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I just feel like these guys are just tripping and just having a crazy time in Vegas. And I feel like that's the point of the movie, that's it. And I just wonder if I was tripping, would I like this movie? Okay. Because I rented the movie on YouTube and I saw some comments and stuff of people that were basically already tripping while watching the movie. Yeah. So I was like, am I just not in the right state of mind to be watching this movie? So I don't know. All right. It's a weird ass movie.
It definitely is a weird ass movie. And so the movie came out in 1998 and the budget was 18 million and only grossed about 13.7 million in the box office, right?
It also has Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, very randomly. And it was distributed by Universal Pictures. So the plot of the movie is famous journalist Raul Duke, who's Johnny Depp, and his attorney, Dr. Gonzo, Benicio del Toro, head to Las Vegas to cover an off-road dune buggy and motorbike race, which was the Mint 400. So the race that occurred in the movie that they went to, the dirt bikes and everything, that was what, what's his name? Raul Duke was supposed to cover, who was Johnny Depp. Basically, portraying Hunter S. Thompson's personality and stuff like that, who is the author of the book, for a New York sports magazine. In the movie, it says that he's a huge journalist and everything, but always using, these all sorts of psychedelic drugs, right? And due to like Britannica, which is one of the journals that I looked into, it really is about the hero's self-indulgence and simply American overconsumption turned up many notches in a parodic takeoff of thoughtless consumerism. And there's a lot of like references to like Richard Nixon's term in there and the Vietnam War and everything. But I'll start off with the beginning quote, which says, "He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man." And this is Dr. Johnson. That's how the movie starts. But what do you think about that quote? He who makes a beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man.
I think that kind of sort of speaks the idea of like letting loose, of just kind of like letting your natural being set free and just kind of saying, you know what, like I'm just gonna be in, which we've kind of said it, which we've kind of already said it before in this episode alone, which I wanted to make reference to earlier, but back to hoax and whatever. But
the
it's just,
album we covered last episode.
But sometimes it's just like letting it be is the most natural thing to be. And I think it kind of comes down to like that we're all animals at the end of the day. And the more that we ignore that is just a detriment to things.
To me, it reminds me of the song by Johnny Cash, "The Beast Within Me," and stuff like that, where he's basically talking about the same thing, how like there's so much more to a human, especially a man and stuff like that, or just women also, all people. The beast within themselves, not much to explain towards that and everything. But to me, I still can't make sense of this movie, because this movie, again, like, okay, I very much enjoyed it for a lot of different reasons, but one wasn't trying to grasp like what is happening or what is, because I found out exactly what was happening researching it afterwards. To me, it was just like, let me just take this all in as an experience. And mind you, again, I've never watched the movie before. Like even on the way here, I was watching it again just to take it in more. But I don't know, for some reason, I just really, really heavily like this movie. I will say this: one quick fun fact is in Rango, the movie with the little lizard and stuff like that, there's an Easter egg about this movie in it, with him driving the red car and everything. Some of the parts that I liked about the movie, which I'll get into kind of quickly, is the beginning of the movie where Tobey Maguire is about to be picked up, and he's like, "Hey, can I get a ride?" And then Johnny Depp was like, "No, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And Benicio del Toro backs up the car, and then Tobey Maguire is about to get in, and the close up on Johnny Depp's face, and he's like, "Get in." And his head kind of swivels and stuff like that, and he's holding the cigarette filter in his mouth and everything while he's talking to Tobey Maguire, right? A lot of the words that they use are vibrations, like again with the narrations and stuff like that. He's like, "Our vibrations, we're getting nasty," and a lot of this talk and stuff like that. And I don't know, I really, really enjoyed a lot of the narration, and a lot of the dialogue from the movie was taken straight from the book, like verbatim. And I very much enjoy that. One thing I enjoy from movies a lot is the script, the dialogue, what they say during. And I felt like this took up a lot about that. And I don't know, I very, very much like that shit. So let me go more into detail about like the actual movie, right? I'll tell you this, and this is my initial reaction after I watched it the first time, right? Because I told you I watched it high as fuck, but I also watched it sober as I would any movie I'm going to talk about, right? When I watched it high as fuck, it was even more crazed, but it was just still, I think, as great as it was to me the first time. I wrote, "This movie scrambled my brain, made me wonder, anxious but laugh. Way little compared to just experience. It's an odd but fantastic visual cinematic creation with beauty fit into the crevices of disaster. I imagine I would have to watch this movie 100 times to begin to understand it. Once again, my brain truly is scrambled, and midway through the film, I thought I'd feel this grand happiness after being wowed by many scenes I couldn't have ever imagined and put together myself. Mostly, I feel emptiness and curiosity, and I don't want to pry into. I'm thankful for the amazement and baffled by what I have just witnessed." And I think one thing that's also true to a lot of movies today and everything, especially things involving the psychedelic experience or just shrooms or alcohol or whatever, is that there's this joy and like loveliness and lifiness to it, where it's just like there's an ultimatum to everything, And mind you, this movie came out in 1998, But again, I really feel like if you're watching this movie to find the point, then you're missing the point. You get me? And there's a lot of depth to it because really, and again, I find this out post watching the movie. It has a lot to do with consumerism, American dream, all this stuff. Like even this Jeff Bezos stuff that you always say you're against and stuff like that. Like it's huge towards that. And reference to the 1960s where there was a bunch of protests going around, this hippie movement and stuff like that. And like there's a whole bunch of stuff collaborated with one another in the background of everything. But this flow of just cinematicness is just occurring throughout. And I very much enjoyed. Funny enough, the film was not received well at its release. Film was called pointless, repetitive, and one person said, one long, offensive treatise on just how vile two humans can be. This was based off Hunter S. Thompson's novel, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, A Savage Journey to the Heart of the American Dream. The novel was deemed great and received much praise. It was considered a classic of our time and major in American literature.
Yeah, I had seen that it was based off of a novel, so I was very curious by that.
The film adopted much of the book and Hunter S. Thompson's work, even using verbatim for many of the scenes. It encapsulates the display of psychedelic drug use and the death of the American dream. And I want to credit Daniel Netzo on YouTube because he did a great explanation on this movie. A lot of techniques were used that were considered outdated. The Dutch angle, which is a skewed angle, shifting lighting, and manipulated sound.
I'm not a fan of the Dutch angle.
That sucks for you because Spike Lee also fucked with it also. I mean, I don't know. It's an opinion thing.
I'm not a fan of it in general.
Okay.
Because I'm aware that Spike Lee has done it and stuff. And like in general, like I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like the angled look. I don't like having the idea of having to break my neck to like,
well, I don't think you have to. I think if you break your neck for a Dutch angle, you're making it into a regular angle. You get me? Like
no,
if you're skewing your head.
I'm making a joke, but it's
okay.
just like in general, it's just I don't like Dutch angles. Okay. I just don't like them.
Okay. Well, anyway, it uses that regardless, shifting lighting and manipulated sound and visual. And they also use ADR, which stands for Automated Dialogue Replacement, which replaces originally shot audio with pre-recorded audio instead. It also used real projecting technique, the camera in front of the car to simulate driving. This is when the camera is like right on the hood of the car where the little like thing comes out on the hood and it's like kind of shaking. These old school techniques that they just use to just, basically portray what they're feeling and also show them traveling through Las Vegas, right? The list of drugs in the movie were LSD, ether, cocaine, alcohol, mescaline, adrenochrome, amyl nitrate, and cannabis. Martin Scorsese actually wanted to shoot this movie himself, but instead he wanted to use Jack Nicholson and Marlon Brando. He also wanted to use John Belushi or somebody like that, or somebody else. I forget who it was, but it wasn't Martin Scorsese. I think it was somebody else that wanted to use other people. But a lot of actors were contemplated, for this role.
Yeah.
One of the main goals was to show that the generation of a drug-induced America, or the love generation, was halting and close to ending. Civil rights and anti-war protests being major in this love generation, and not just the ideas, but the success of it through the hippie movement. So just think about the moment when he was in the bathroom doing LSD, and he dropped some on his arm. And the guy came in, he's like, "What are you doing, man?" And he's like, "Oh, I was taking some LSD, and I dropped some on my arm." And the guy just started fucking licking his arm and everything and stuff like that. And the guy walked in and he's like, "I feel bad for this guy, that forever in his life, he will notice this as being one of the moments, two guys getting off in the bathroom." One of the best thing about that scene that in the background was just Jefferson Airplane being played in the background. I don't know if you ever heard the music like, "Want somebody to love, don't you need," no, and then like White Rabbit where it was like, and like, oh no, that's I don't know, but they're like very huge in like psychedelic culture and music, fucking phenomenally huge, and people used to get high on them all the time. They're a fucking awesome band. You should definitely listen to them. Okay. I found out to them from The Serious Man. That's what like the Jewish movie and stuff like that, and he's listening to that song and everything. That's a song that when he was saying, "Hey man," like Benicio del Toro was like, "Hey man, I want you to put on White Rabbit and throw it into the bathroom, man." And Johnny Depp's like, "That'll kill you." And remember, and he was tripping. He's like, "Do it, man. I want to fucking, I want you to throw it in there with my beak and everything." Because that song is so crazy, and a lot of movies have always used that song to portray that escalation of like rising psychedelia or whatever, Okay. And it's fucking awesome, man. And you really should check them out. So I very much like just and in that scene exactly when he was looking back at himself, he was reflecting on the '60s movement of all this drug use in culture. And in one of the scenes there, Hunter S. Thompson was in the crowd because Johnny Depp did everything, even up to borrowing all of his clothes and shaving his head to look exactly like Hunter S. Thompson. So,
oh really?
Yeah. So he was saying, he was like, that's me. You know, like he would, and I love those little noises he made during the film. And he was like, you know, and then the scene where he picks up Tobey Maguire in the desert and he does I don't know if it was the ether or the methadone or whatever. But Benicio del Toro's like, medicine, I need medicine. And he gives him the thing and he's like, and then Johnny Depp's like, no, for the doctor. And he leans back, he's like, you know, and he just, all these weird ass wacky noises that fucking, I loved everything about it because it was so unusual. You get me?
You know, I'm going to find it for the supplementary because I couldn't find it before we filmed. But there's a song that uses a sample from this movie.
I'm sure it does.
That I've listened to, where it takes that line when Johnny Depp gets pulled over by the cop, and like the cop,
can you give me a kiss?
And the cop like is looking in his car and finds all the stuff in there, and he's like, oh, you have all this stuff in here and whatever. And Johnny Depp goes, I mean, what do you expect? Like, of course I have all that stuff. Like, I'm a criminal. That's what I do. Fucking do shit like that. And the cop just says something along the lines like, "Oh, you need to take a nap."
Yeah.
And like they take those lines and use it in a song.
That's awesome.
And like
man.
when I watched the movie, I was like, "Holy shit!
Yeah.
What the fuck?"
I mean, the thing about like this movie not being received well when it came out is that it's hugely praised now. Like this is to me, I think it's a fucking awesome movie. But a lot of people enjoy this movie, and I mean, I don't know. The person that gave me this film was awesome to give it to me. Don't talk to her no more. But just there's this certain thing about people that you understand that they appreciate. Like they might not be interesting as a person, but you can see they appreciate the finer things in art and stuff. And art is subjective for sure. Like I'm not trying to put this movie on you to like be better. I just want to stay excited how I am about the movie because I fucking loved it, man. I really like, for me, like so when I went back to watch it high as fuck, like I got home and Beatrice was there and stuff like that, and she has this little like weed pen, like a sauce bar. And those just get you high as fuck, bro. And I was telling her like, no, we gotta watch this movie. Like I have to watch this high. Like I want to see this high and everything. And everything just popped up more when I was just high as fuck, man. And I don't think I would want to watch this movie on psychedelics or like acid or mushrooms. I would never want to unless I've done a lot of mushrooms and I'm finally able to watch it, because this movie wasn't exactly like a happy movie. And I think a lot of people think of drug movies and think of like Hangover or some stupid shit like that. You get me? Like this movie comes from a guy who's like a real writer. Like Hunter S. Thompson is huge, and I don't know shit about his work, but I know he's written plenty of articles and plenty of books. And there's a lot of proclaimed writers that have also, you know, praised him himself. So I really much appreciate that. And I mean, I don't know anything about that before the movie as well. You know, being that I just stepped into this movie, I was like, let me just fucking be clean slate on everything, you know?
I mean, like something that I will say is that the certain interpretation of like tripping on acid in this movie is somewhat pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Like there are certain things where it's like when he's looking down at the floors of the hotel.
Yeah.
And the floor of the hotel starts to like move around in its pattern. That's kind of how it feels like to trip on acid.
I remember being on shrooms and watching the fucking flowers in the TV come out of me, and I'm like, oh my god. And I know I've never done acid, but I'm pretty sure they did their research before filming a film like this.
And like,
you know, and the faces kind of like.
Yeah, like the face is getting all fucked up. Yeah. Like stuff like that. That's pretty accurate. It lost me a little bit more when, like, especially when everyone in the hotel turned into dinosaurs.
Yeah. But I also don't think you've ever done the drugs that they've done.
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah,
because that's what I mean. Of like, am I not on the same type of drugs?
Well, absolutely not. You aren't, because they definitely have a trunk full of drugs.
It's but like, do I need to be on those type of drugs to enjoy this movie?
First, I don't think you need to be on those type of drugs, but I think one thing you also could look at is just think about who those people are. Like, yes, they're what you see in the film, right? But what are all these people doing in Las Vegas? What do they call Las Vegas?
The city of ice.
Yeah. And so when you look at that, like, look beyond that. Like, I think being that you use a lot of psychedelics, and I think I will say this, a lot of people who do are like, nah, man, like when you do that and this and that, like you also gotta be free of that and be, you know, let this film just be itself. And I think even just looking at the detail that I learned today was just think about just what they're doing, they're living their vices and being creatures of the night, you know, like these ravenous, disgusting people that we praise Vegas to be within. You get me? When one of the craziest things that I saw on the video, but also in the movie, was when he was driving, and it said, "Don't gamble with marijuana. 10 years to life. 10 years if you smoke it. Life if you sell it." And it's just like, one of the main messages here is that, like, you can do whatever you want in America as long as you're willing to pay for the fee of it. When he's gonna go see the artist, who I forget who she is, and the guy's like, "We're sold out," and the lawyer's like, "Come over here," and he basically slips him some money, and he's like, "All right, I guess you can go inside." Like, Vegas isn't for the broke. Vegas is for who can pay up. You get me? Or the broke who want to be broke in the future. And I think that's a big message within that it's not trying to show your experience. It's trying to show just, again, like 60s time, how people felt in that time, and how to break out of this false narrative that, again, like one thing he references at the end in my favorite quote, that Timothy Leary really showed in his life work in psychedelic drugs. Like, he's a big explanation. He shows big explanations of psychedelia. You get me? And it's huge, and it's a huge narrative towards it. But I mean, I'll read it later, but because I really enjoy. I'll read it now. It's one of my favorite quotes of the whole movie, and it says this. It's right at the end. He says, "We're all wired into a survival trip now. No more of the speed that fueled the '60s. That was the fatal flaw in Timothy Leary's trip. He crashes around America, selling consciousness expansion without ever giving a thought to the grin meat hook realities that were lying in wait for all the people who took him seriously. All those pathetically eager acid freaks who thought they could buy a peace and understanding for $3 a hit. But their loss and failure is ours too. What Leary took down with him was the central illusion of a whole lifestyle that he helped create. A generation of permanent cripples, failed seekers who never understand the essential old mystic fallacy of the acid culture. That desperate assumption that somebody, or at least some force, is tending the tunnel the light at the end of the tunnel." You get me? Like, he's not speaking for, like,
nah,
you
don't
people.
get you.
That's just you. But he's speaking for all these people
Nah,
that
I'm messing
you
with
get
you.
me? I know.
No.
But he's speaking towards this, like, hippie movement that was really true and moderately successful. And during the time of, like, civil rights, what else? The anti-war protest. Again, all prominent in the Love generation. And they were working. He looks out the window and he says, they're working. You get me? But what ended that quickly within the 70s forward, and even within the 60s, is the war on drugs, the Charles Manson murders, the Adamant Free concert, and basically all kind of shortened this movement of just, breaking free. You get me? And what was the Love generation fueled by? The 70s hippies.
Yeah.
Drugs. You know what I mean? Love, peace, man. Real, like what you were saying earlier. Man, everything's bad, but it's not good, But we need the bad to be good. Is that too much to ask?
I don't know if that's exactly what I was saying, but if you want to paraphrase, motherfucker.
One thing I have here written is consumerism and excess becoming the nation's new standard. Excess consumption being consumerism and excess becoming the nation's standard. Evident prominently in Las Vegas. One thing he says, which I'll repeat later, but this is a short thing, it says, when he walks into the casino, he's like, who are these people? These faces? Where do they come from? They look like caricatures of a used car salesman from Dallas. And Sweet Jesus, there are a hell of a lot of them at 4:30 at a Sunday morning, still humping the American dream. That vision of the big winners somehow emerging from the last minute pre-dawn chaos of a stale Vegas casino. And I don't know. I just there's a lot to the movie where it's hard to get into the specifics of what was happening because there's so much that was happening. But one scene that I do like in the beginning is this is right in the beginning when they're riding on the highway, and Benicio del Toro, what's his name again? The attorney. He takes
Gonzo.
He takes out the cocaine and it just goes everywhere. And then Johnny Depp's like, "You idiot! That's our cocaine, right?" And he's just like, "Man, look what God did! Look what God just did!" I don't know. I just fucking love things like that, man. And there's a lot of famous people in that movie too.
Yeah,
Cameron Diaz. There's Tobey Maguire. There's a very famous magician in that movie called Penn Jillette, and he was one of the people in the carnival, like the work in the games and stuff like that. I actually used to see him when I was younger on HBO and shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was super famous back then. I'm sure he's famous now, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I feel like for myself, like those sort of messages of capitalism and like the American dream and shit like that just kind of went over my head. Like it really just came down to this idea for myself where I was like, am I not in the right state of mind to be watching this movie? Because again, like I was looking at the comments on YouTube from where I rented it from, and people were just kind of saying like, the top comment was something like, I'm tripping on 4 tabs of LLC right now, and something like, this is great, or some shit like that. And so I was like, am I in the right state of mind?
I don't know. I think that's more of a cliche to watch a movie. I think any movie you watch, like you don't need to be like, unless it's like a funny movie trying to laugh at, or like, you know, this really like for me, when you like doing some mushrooms or acid, like if you, I don't know about acid, but mushrooms, like you can just go on YouTube, look up crazy images and be like, whoa man, like that's fucking crazy, because you know they make those on YouTube for things like that. And I feel like for a movie, like you can go high, and I love watching movies high, but you can go sober and just be like, this is a good movie. And I personally do feel like, because you know like to do acid and stuff like that, I also feel like you try to like, what am I missing? But it's like, what am I missing from the lack of, you know, not experiencing while they are? You get me? Like, I need to compare to this and that. And I'm not saying you are doing that exactly, but I think there's like this is unnecessary. I feel like you don't need to be in any state of mind to watch it. Although when I did watch it high as fuck and I haven't smoked in a while, it was awesome. Like everything was awesome.
It's just like, you know, normally I'm not necessarily a person that opposes sort of day in the life type of stories. Like, I don't know if you've heard of Lady Bird. I love Lady Bird.
Never watched that.
Lady Bird was nominated for Oscars and stuff when that movie came out, but it's a sort of slice of life story similar to like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino. Yeah. That's a sort of like a day of a life type of movie. And like, I'm definitely not opposed to those sorts of movies, like to just sort of get a slice and intro perspective on a certain person or character. Yeah. But there was just something missing for me with this movie. I was just like, I just don't get it. Like it just went over my head, and I couldn't get on board with it. Like it was just weird, and I just couldn't get past the weirdness. And it's upsetting because like I know that people like this movie,
but again, like that's the beauty of like also just talking about movies, that like you don't have to like all the movies and stuff like that. Like thankfully we've been to the point where like basically all the movies we watch, like I very much enjoyed. There hasn't been a movie where I'm like, I don't like this, or an album or this and that, where I'm like, this was just kind of average to me. I guess the closest to it was B, because I felt like I had a lot of quarrel with just the repetitiveness and just little techniques that they use, where I'm just like, like just modern mistakes from a newer, you know, album. But we're all critiques in our own form, because we will definitely judge what we don't know, but we also will be truthful about what we don't understand. You get me? And I don't know, like I think it's like, I'm surprised you don't like it, because I thought it was a good movie. Like for me, one thing I didn't try to think about in this movie was like portraying psychedelic experience or like being within it. Like I think for me, you have to be a spectator for this movie. You get me? And just listen. Like for me, it was just listening. Off the bat, though, I was hooked. And like I'm a big what's it called? Like I love movies that people call classics and stuff. But I will say this: the person that recommended me this movie, I'm pretty sure I've never even touched a piece of psychedelic anything. For like, you know, I'm pretty sure the only thing she's ever done was just drink alcohol. You get me? I mean, I'm not sure. You know, I won't. But to me, that it speaks a lot about how they recommended the movie to me. Because if somebody who did like acid all the time, mushroom all the time, lending me this movie, and then I watched it, I'm like, okay, like that's probably why they like the movie. But this is what surprised me the most. There's another movie, Breaking the Void, I think so, Enter the Void, where people praise a lot. I mean, it's pretty much a similar movie where it has to do a lot of psychedelic experience, stuff like that.
I was reminiscent of this one comic that hopefully maybe we'll read one day for this show, but this comic called Void Trip. And Void Trip is an indie comic written by a pretty good writer, Cloud something. I'm forgetting his name. I'll put in the supplementary. Okay. But it's written by this pretty good writer, startup writer, and the whole comic is about these two people just taking a bunch of space drugs and going on a space adventure. That sounds
awesome, though. That sounds fun. I mean, pretty much kind of sounds like an homage to this and everything.
And it was pretty good. I actually really enjoy that comic.
Nice.
So it's just, I don't know. There's just something that just didn't hit for me for this movie.
No, bro. That's how it goes.
Like, I was surprised. Like, again, I didn't look at like anything of what this movie was about. I put it on and immediately I was just kind of like, I don't get it.
But that's kind of like, how can you do that immediately? You get me? Like, it's not, the movie doesn't even, you know,
not immediately, but
that's
just
where I get the little, you know, I'm like, did you even, you know, I'm not like, you gotta watch the movie and then make a judgment. I feel like,
no, of course, like,
because I will say the acting in the beginning when he was like, whoa, like,
it's just what
it's just
what I mean is like, I usually don't fall asleep during movies ever,
but you do watch them in half, like the Five Bloods, remember?
Okay, but I mean that doesn't really that's not because I was falling asleep.
No, I just mean it in the sense of like you be doing the films dirty by doing shit like that. Not the falling asleep thing. I'm just saying with that Five Bloods.
That's not all the time. That's not all the time.
I'm just saying.
But like I genuinely really do not fall asleep during movies, and like I feel like when I fall asleep during a movie, that's a testament of like how much I wasn't enjoying the movie, or it genuinely bored me.
Gotcha.
And so again, I had to watch this movie again because I was like, I was falling asleep to it twice, like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, I got to rewatch this shit because like I can't speak about this movie with justice to it if I just fell asleep through it the first time.
Could also mean you were tired, but I won't say nothing about that.
I don't know, man. I was perfectly fine before I watched that movie.
Well, one of the interesting things that they got nominated for 3 awards. They got nominated for the Cannes Film Festival, which is 1998. It was Tori Gilliam. It was nominated for the Palme d'Or. The Russian Guild of Film Critics in 1998, Best Foreign Actor, and it was Johnny Depp. And they were also nominated for the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards for the worst on-screen couple, Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. And they didn't win, but the Benicio del Toro was also nominated for worst supporting actor. Was it crazy to me? And one thing I will continue with saying on is that there was references to Richard Nixon when they were in the hotel room, the last hotel room they were in. And Nixon lied, saying that he wanted to end the war and sabotage peace affairs in order to get reelected and be written into the history books. They also referenced Vietnam more, when instead of pulling out, the U.S. invaded Laos and Cambodia, which brought more war. Johnny Depp afterwards said, I always thought Benicio del Toro was Johnny Depp the whole time because Johnny Depp looks completely different in this fucking movie. I did not recognize him at all.
Yeah.
He said Richard Nixon possessed the dark side of the American dream. He should be stomped, and not in the movie. He just said this outside of the film. He should be stomped out. Greed, treachery, stupidity, cupidity, positive power of lying, total contempt for any set of human construction, political instinct, everything that's wrong with America. Everything this country has demonstrated as a national trait, bully instinct, power grab, the insensitivity, and everything that's wrong with this country. So, definitely felt a strong type of way about, fucking these motherfuckers and everything. And I also got some fun facts.
Fun facts?
Funnest facts. So,
are they super fun, Frankie?
They're actually pretty fun.
Am I going to do a cartwheel?
You might put your hands up in the air like you're doing right now.
Oh!
So, Benicio del Toro gained 45 pounds in 9 weeks for the film, eating 16 donuts a day.
Oh!
Johnny Depp moved into the basement of Hunter S. Thompson's owl farm and lived there for 4 months, researching the role and studying Thompson's habits and mannerisms.
Oh!
He deep read Thompson's manuscript, memento, and notebooks. He traded his car for Thompson's red car in the movie, known as fans as the Great Red Shark, and he drove it throughout California in preparation for the role. A lot of the film was filmed in California, not in Las Vegas.
Oh shit!
Yeah. One of the short amount of locations used in Vegas was for the Mint 400. That's where they used it, and it was across the 7 Magic Mountains in Vegas. And most of the film, Depp wore actual articles of clothing that he borrowed from Thompson, such as the cigarette filter, Hawaiian shirt, a jacket, a silver medallion, and more. And the Los Angeles stuff and everything, which is awesome.
Oh,
yeah, man. And my second to least favorite, I guess I like both of these lines the most. My favorite one was really at the end, talking about Timothy Leary. I feel like you should read some of Timothy Leary's stuff too. I think you would very much enjoy it. I need to read some myself, but from the things that I've learned about him myself and everything, he's huge, man. He's huge, and he might be prominent in what your interests and stuff like that.
I've definitely heard of him even before this. Man. So,
and the one thing I'll say, the one also line that I like is that he says this, and this is when he's referencing back to the '60s. He says, "It seems like a lifetime, that kind of peak that never comes again. San Francisco in the middle 60s was a very special time and place to be a part of, but no explanation. No mix of works or music or memoirs can touch the sense of knowing that you were there and alive in that corner of time, in the world, whatever it meant. There was madness in any direction at any hour. You could strike sparks anywhere. There was a fantastic universal sense that whatever we were doing was right, that we were winning, and that I think was the handle. That sense of inevitable victory over the forces of old and evil, not in any mean or military sense. We didn't need that. Our energy was simply prevail. We had all the momentum. We were riding the crest of a high and beautiful wave. So now, less than 5 years later, you can go up a steep hill in Las Vegas and look west. And with the right kind of eyes, you can almost see the high water mark, that place where the wave finally broke and rolled back. I don't know, man. This guy writes fucking so nicely, man. So nicely and just, oh, man. I want to read the book now, honestly, because I just want to read what he says, but I genuinely just enjoyed every aspect of this movie. I enjoyed everything, how Johnny Depp said everything, his body movement, how he walked kind of so wonky and stuff like that. Benicio del Toro's kind of lack of being able to say shit and graininess of his voice. But he talked pretty well, and that's how it kind of came out.
You do a pretty good Del Toro.
Thank you, man. I think I surprised myself when saying it, but I love his shit, man, because it just surprised. I thought it was Johnny Depp the whole time. But look what God did, man. Like, he's Samoan. And one of the things I captured before we got here, Johnny Depp references Benicio del Toro's like Samoanness. Oh, let me get some water break. That fucking that takes it out of you.
That went down the wrong throat.
But he's like, you're a victim to your own culture, you know. Like everything he's saying, he just kind of being a little racist to him too. And then Benicio del Toro, like when they're on the way to Las Vegas, he's like, "How are we gonna cover this, man?" And Johnny Depp's like, "Please, you don't seem to understand and appreciate the white man's culture." Like talking about credit and stuff like that, and being able to use it to, I don't know, man. It was fucking awesome. But one thing I will say that I'm happy I never experienced and I don't want to is a scene where he goes into the hotel. And he has to like check in, but he's tripping on acid. And he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's kind of just like talking loudly and lowly and just saying that. And I never want to communicate with people if I'm tripping on shrooms. Like checking into a hotel, fuck that. In a different state, nah, man. Can't pay me to do that shit, bro. Nope.
I definitely think about like when we went to the bar that one time when I was tripping, and I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be my first time going to a bar while tripping. This should be pretty interesting."
Yeah,
and like I won't lie. At first, when I got there, I was pretty overwhelmed of like, "Yo, there's a lot of things going on around this bar right now."
There's like 65,000 people in here right now, man.
And then Josh and I went to go get, like, Josh was hungry, so he wanted a pizza. As soon as we went out, I was like, "Oh, I feel so much more better." But like, it wasn't because like we were by ourselves, but it was just kind of it was so cool to see K-Town.
Wow. I can imagine with the lights and just everything happening. It's kind of, I think that's the beautiful thing about being on a drug like that. I don't know about shrooms, but you can literally exist and just be like, literally nobody else matters. Like, I'm just here. And there's I mean, I guess if you're a certain type of person, you'd be like, "Whoa, man!" Like everybody's looking at me and this and that. But when you look up at the lights, you look up at the people, and this kind of like life passing you by. It's like ants, you know, that just exist, but they just kind of coincide so easily.
Yeah, I was just looking around while I was in K-Town. I was like, "Wow, this is fucking crazy." And then we got into the pizza shop, and I was just like watching everyone.
You got pizza in K-Town? You should have got some Korean food, bro.
Josh wanted pizza. I didn't get
lame ass.
Lame
ass Josh. Come on, bro. What the fuck? I'm in Little Italy. Let's get fucking tacos. Like, what the fuck, bro?
I'm just like watching. I'm watching the TV and I'm looking at people coming in and getting pizza, and I'm just like spectating everything and everyone. I'm like, "Yo, man, I'm so in tune with the world right now. I'm just like looking at everyone's life right now."
Man. That's fucking awesome. I just never forget when because I thought, you were so fine on acid that you were like doing good by yourself. And I was like, "Oh, he's fine by himself, whatever." So then I just remember coming back and our friend David's brother just having a full blown like conversation, like letting out all his feelings. And he's like, "Yeah, man." And I look over, I'm like, "Oh, Javi's fine," but Javi just listening. 20 minutes later, and I couldn't imagine Javi's like, "Oh my gosh."
I was like, "Dude, this is too much."
This is too much, man.
Like a guy got asked to talking to a drunk guy. That's a never-ending conversation.
I was like, this is too much going on right now, man. I need to get out of this. Josh left at some point during that conversation. I was like, please don't leave.
And he's like, peace.
I was like, oh my God, I need someone to get me out of this conversation.
So
I can't
funny.
do it.
That's so funny, man. Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, that's most of the notes I have for the movie. I just, man, I fucking love this movie, man. I love this movie. I mean, bro, like, you want to see how much I love this movie? Well, I'll show you right now. Look at my background.
Oh my God.
My background is them in the car. I mean, it's a pretty dope drawing, though.
It is.
It's a dope drawing,
With
both
the
of them.
bats.
And it just breaks down a lot. I keep forgetting to say this. I wanted to say this yesterday. You know how I wish directed Bullet Train? And this is cheesy, but whatever. Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
You know, because I feel like he manages so many different stories in one movie so well that I feel like his take on it would have been super interesting. You get me?
I mean, definitely would have been 3 hours, probably.
Definitely. It was a pretty long movie regardless, though, right?
Was it? No. I
Kind
think
of.
it was like 2 hours.
Yeah, but still, like, you know, movies are long in general.
I will say, I feel like movies have become longer in recent cinema.
Think so?
I think so.
Really?
Like the most recent James Bond, No Time to Die. No Time to Die.
Oh, but those movies are always long because the intro takes like fucking 10 days.
Not even, man.
Oh, by the way, real quick, the director of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Terry Gilliam. We never mentioned that, so I gotta mention that. Continue.
But I mean, Google like the run times and No Time to Die because I felt like that show was like 2.5 hours.
No, bro, those movies are always big.
Nah,
yes,
man,
they are.
nah.
I watched those movies. They're always long. Hold on. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I watched No Time to Die and I was like, yo, man, 20 minutes could have been cut out of that movie.
That's what I'm saying. They always do that shit. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun.
But we playing GoldenEye when it comes out on
Hell
Game
yeah.
Pass.
Don't ever fucking question me again. Hell yeah. Why can't I find this one? No Time to Die, 007. Runtime. Come on, bro. Give me the fucking runtime. What the fuck, Google?
What's it giving to you?
It's not giving me anything. What the hell? Oh, no, I won. Bro, I'm tight. It won an Oscar.
Did it?
Oh. Yeah, apparently it won an Oscar.
Ooh.
Damn, bro. I do not know the runtime for this movie. What the fuck, bro? Oh, actually, No Time to Die runtime. The longest James Bond movie ever.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I'm saying, man.
That's crazy.
That shit's too long.
Hold on. Let's see. Well, tell me the runtime, though. Like, this movie just not saying anything.
That movie's easily 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, 2 hours and 43 minutes.
2 hours and 43 minutes. That shit's almost 3 hours.
Rookie over here with it.
No one needs to watch James Bond for 3 hours.
That I will agree with. This is shaken, not stirred. What? Shaken, not stirred. What? I said shaken. 50 minutes later, shaken, not stirred. Sir, I already gave you the drink, but it's a shaken, and is it not stirred?
That's like in Chowder when Chowder and Schnitzel go to the bank, and Chowder's like, the bank teller's like, oh, would you like a lollipop, young man? Yeah. And Chowder goes, oh, would I? And the bank teller goes, would you? Would I? And Chowder goes, would you? Would I?
And the show knows exactly. Would I? Would you? Would I? Would
it just goes back and forth for like 30 minutes.
And then I remember he's next in line and the guy's in front of him and he's like, oh yeah, I want to make this deposit, but I have it on coins. And he's like, no worries. And he just puts all the coins and the guy's like, 1, 2. Schnitzel's like, rah. And then he finally gets to the end. He's like, 340. And just collapses and dies or some shit like that.
Yeah,
fucking
man.
shout out to
Chowder's
Chowder.
a good
One
show.
of the best shows ever. Would I?
Would you?
Would I? I fucking love Chowder, bro. One of my favorite shows. Absolutely. But yeah, man, fucking the vibrations were nasty. I fucking love Fear and Loathing.
Well, one of my favorite lines was one of his final lines as he says that Benicio del Toro's getting on the plane and he's like, too rare to live, too weird to die. Something like that. I forget the exact line, but I was like, that's a good line.
I like that. I like the part at the end with the airplane where he throws him his necklace and then Johnny Depp just kind of takes it, looks at it and just throws it away. He's like, fuck that shit. But I just I really love their voices. And doing their presentation is so fun too because they're so idiot. Yeah. And again, I don't think Benicio del Toro's voice was good, but I just think it was good for the movie. You know, like I just think it came out good for the movie because it was so like that's
Come on, man. We gotta get on with this, man.
play the fucking vinyl in the. It hurts my voice when I do it. I'm gonna die doing it, bro.
Who did you recently see him in? Or what did you?
I don't know why I felt the need to cough. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay,
he was the collector,
he was
and
the
everything.
collector.
Well, first of all, he sounds nothing like he did in the movie.
Yeah,
he sounded more like this, you know, some shit like that. But you should have been like, "Hey, man, just fucking put the whatever Tesseract or some shit."
I sometimes getting confused with Javier Bardem.
Okay, I don't know who Javier Bardem is, but he's a mustache.
He's got a mustache sometimes, but the one most notable movie I can think of him in is Mother, with Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. Is the black lady in it?
Nah,
no, right?
It's directed by Darren Aronofsky, who did Black Swan.
Never watched that though.
I haven't seen Black Swan, but I know he directed Mother. But that's a weird ass fucking movie.
Yeah,
we definitely
Mother?
gotta cover that movie one day.
I mean,
Mother?
it's spooky season.
Spooky season. Spooky season.
Nothing but spooky movies for the rest of the month.
Yo,
Might
man.
as well. It is our first spooky season.
Yo, man, I already gotta say, no. I'm already telling you, like, for the rest of Halloween, we gotta do spoopy themed things.
Oh, for sure. I'm with that. How about every episode from here on out, something gets spoopier.
Something gets spoopy. This is pretty spoopy because drugs, spoopy.
You're right.
Super spoopy.
American Dream, spoopy.
Spoopy. Capitalism, too spoopy.
I wanted to say one last thing actually because you just reminded me of this, and I'm gonna read it off because I want George Carlin, the comedian. So
just from you, but yeah.
Nice. I want to and Blink 182, right? Because he's on the Blink 182 song. Or was it Blink 182?
Well, Blink 182 has a song that does the same thing that George Carlin does. I don't know if they got it from George Carlin, but yeah.
All right, I'm gonna read it off my fucking phone because I have the thing. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say what he says.
Okay.
All right, so let's see if I can get this shit real quick without getting it picked up on the fucking microphone because goddamn copyright.
Fucking do it.
Pieces of shit, motherfuckers. I got you right now. Give me 1 second.
Give you a second.
All right. I'm going to read it right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Just keep on talking, Javi.
I'm talking, my guy. I'm waiting for you to fucking start talking. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for you to start spitting some facts.
There's a reason. Because the owners of this country don't want that. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American Dream. Because you have to be asleep to believe it. That's what he said. I can't believe I recited that as he said. I hope it came out good, not too choppy and everything.
You got it.
But George Carlin said that in his bit, and I think it's awesome. It's awesome. George Carlin is a legend. I can't hear myself no more. Maybe I fucked up. Oh, no, I hear myself. I heard it as I listened to it, so if it came out bad, it came out bad.
No,
but just look nice. But just look up George Carlin American Dream bit. I mean, that guy is awesome. I mean, he got a little crazy toward the end of his career where he would deadass go on stages and like read his legal documents to the people.
What the fuck?
Like he got real fucked in the head. But I just think that when you reach a level of just understanding the world in the way that he did through a comedic lens, it's kind of odd. That's why I wish I did more research on Hunter S. Thompson and Timothy Leary. But I know they got to be both crazy motherfuckers, especially Hunter S. Thompson for writing shit like this. Because movie aside, I would say lyrics, dialogue in itself is extraordinary to me in this film. And I very, very much appreciate dialogue and good taste. Like one of the things I've always wanted to do is like create a film where it's, I mean, a lot of people do this, but like where it's just dialogue, a normal day, like a day in the life kind of shit. But just with true dialogue that speaks to you without trying hard to speak to you. You get me? Because I very much love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not opposed to day in the life type of stories.
Yeah.
I love day in the life type of stories. I really do. It's just this movie just didn't resonate with me. It's unfortunate.
No, it's not. I don't want to say unfortunate. I truly.
No, it is unfortunate because I would like to watch something that I like.
No, but I just mean in the sense of like, I mean, you can't like what you don't like. You get me? Like, it'd be worse if you just pretend to like it. But it's good to have that opinion and stuff. But for me, man,
and like
probably
I said,
the best movie I've seen this year.
Like I said, I'm surprised that this is the first movie that, like the first thing that we've done in our A.M.C section where I'm like, yeah, I actually didn't like this. Like, I'm surprised that this is it. Such a druggy movie. It seems so up my alley where it's like, it seems like something that I should have liked, but it's just, it didn't hit for me. It didn't resonate with me. I think Johnny Depp did a good job. I think there were good lines here and there. I think it did a good representation of like tripping and shit like that, but just overall, it just in terms of the plot, in terms of having a meaning, all that went over my head.
Gotcha.
In terms of it being sort of a story of capitalism and the American dream and whatever the case might be, all of that went over my head.
Okay.
I feel like that stuff wasn't front center in the movie. I don't know if it'd be any different reading the novel. But in the movie, in those terms, that stuff went over my head. And because of that, I just didn't enjoy the movie. I just thought it was a bunch of randomness. And that's upsetting because I would have liked to enjoy the movie. Because with a cast like this, it's a pretty good cast.
It's a huge cast.
Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. I love both of them. Tobey Maguire, Cameron Diaz. Like
a whole bunch of people.
I already saw how like this movie had a lot of actors that before they became big were in this movie.
Yeah, and that shows a lot in terms of like what's it, Geeks and Freaks or some shit like that.
Yes.
I mean, that has like, that's the biggest evidence of shit like that to pop off before it does. I don't know, man. For me, I think the opposite. I think Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro did incredible. I think one of the most beautiful things about this was, I mean, just down from the dialogue to me was A grade incredible. Like to me, the fact that it was verbatim from the book, I mean, I don't know, like it. I'm sure it's that doesn't even have to translate. It just is the book. You get me? Like in terms of like dialogue and just costume design, just shit in the background, set design, like lighting, just everything to me about this movie. I'm not saying it was perfect. Definitely not a perfect movie, and definitely can be like different in terms of subjective. I think it taken different ways. But again, I didn't watch this movie the first time and take away the American dream and capitalism. I watched this movie the first time and took everything I watched into myself. I cried at the 1960 part where he talked about that stuff. Like when he talked about like what it was and existing and how we were sitting in the hotel room. That's when the sadness started to really fuck with me. Like there was one scene where they did the when they were in the hotel room. He had the little bottle of a Menadrine or some shit like that. And he really tripped, and that's when I started getting uncomfortable with the movie. Because this movie, again, I think a lot of these movies today are portrayed as like The Hangover does, and I know it's a bad example because they really just drink in there. But to me, like this wasn't that. The adrenochrome scene, it gave me so much anxiety. I like when he says, "Who are these people? These faces? Where do they come from?" And I also very much like the line when he says, "Oh man, I don't fucking have it written down," but he's like, "These drinks won't make it. We need strong drink," or something like that. Just a whole bunch of different ways to say things, and just I love Johnny Depp's voice, the way he talks like this, and to me it was all incredible. This movie.
I feel like Johnny Depp just had to play himself.
In a way, I mean, he's a weirdo in general.
I feel like he wasn't acting in this movie.
Like he really was doing all those drugs, and like, he was like, "Yo, you're doing so good, Johnny Depp." He's like, "What?"
He's like, "Yeah, I am. That's crazy."
Oh, man. I just love that. What? Oh yes. And he's just moving around, just fucking yeah. Get out of here, you fucking fat ass. I love this voice. Oh man, I think they did incredibly well, but. That was the A.M.C section of Fear and Loathing Las Vegas.
That was Fear and Loathing Las Vegas.
Yeah, man. So what did we do here today, Javi?
But before we talk about what's going on...
Yeah, let's fucking do that. What's up?
Before we talk about what's going on...
Let's drop 3 tabs of acid right now.
Boom! I'm tripping.
Me too. Hey. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, but for real, my guys, my fans, my loyal ones, my only fans.
My lovers.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
My lovers.
But thank you again for tuning in for another episode.
Definitely that.
Make sure to follow us on the socials and shit like that.
Instagram, TikTok, Earth Mind Matter Pod, YouTube, Earth Mind Matter, all one word. And definitely coming this week. I'm saying it now, so it's gotta happen. Truth Social, Getter, and what was the third one? Twitter. We always forget the Twitter. Definitely happen this week. And pretty sure we're gonna be consistent from here on out. Next week's a little different. Comic-Con's happening, so we're gonna work around that.
We're just gonna throw that out there right now. Next week's episode might come out on a Tuesday or Wednesday because of Comic-Con. But I'm a busy guy.
But we're still working on it, and we're still working. But
don't worry, next episode 35, kind of special.
Oh shit,
don't
35. Worry, Kevin Durant. Number 35 on the Nets.
And it's going to be a little Comic-Con base, so don't worry.
Nice. Well, so what do we do today, Javi?
Yo, my God, we talk about what's going on in the earth.
In our minds.
And this is why the fuck it matters.
It matters, man.